Welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we're going to be discussing and making sense of Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch's comments in regards to his pre-draft presser and regarding his quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. This is nothing new, guys. You guys know here in the BEASTwriter family what I thought about Jimmy Garoppolo. My future was in doubt. Even though they said one more year, I ultimately think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be used as a scapegoat. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in detail later on in this live stream. So not to worry, we're going to go ahead and get to that. Also, the 49ers also picked up right tackle Mike McGlinchey's fifth-year option. He has the second first-round pick to be picked up on his fifth-year option, the first one being Vita Vea from the Tampa Bay Bucs. But before we go and do that, I just want to say thank you and mahalo for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. Also, I'm looking at my analytics. I'm seeing 56% of you guys now. So I'm getting subscribers. 56% of you guys are watching all my stuff, liking all my videos, but have yet to subscribe to my channel. So please do your boy a solid and hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. All right. And with that being said, we are running, obviously, as you see right here, BEASTwriter family giveaways. We are giving away this San Francisco 49ers flag. Legit mint condition, as always. It was given to me by the San Francisco 49ers themselves. I get a lot of cool stuff when I was a beat writer, so this is another cool thing. Obviously, I have a booster club as well, so we have all these cool things. Look at this. You can bring it over to the tailgates. You can bring it inside the games, and you can wave it like this. It's a big flag. I mean, look how big this thing is. All right, so we're gonna give this away for this Friday, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. Ollie Bear was the last winner of the 49ers Max. We are also doing another fun giveaway on this one. So we are giving away the 49ers Faithful blanket that you can see here. So we're going to go ahead and give that away as well. If we can hit 2,700 subscribers, which I know we can. It's easy. It's cake. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to go ahead and talk about what is going on. Let's get ready to your comments. You guys have a lot of comments coming through. Rashi says, "What's up, family? What is going on, BWF? I see you, bro. Thank you for tuning in." We're going to have more comments rolling through here. And again, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel to be entered for the giveaways, because you guys are wondering, how do I win these fun giveaways? Well, just subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's go to www.youtube.com/BEASTwriter if you're on Facebook and subscribe. Also, if you're already on YouTube right now, there is always a subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen so you can stay up to date on all things Beast in real time, all right? So it's simple as that. Obviously, social media engagement is encouraged here in the BEASTwriter family, where we cover all 32 NFL teams, not just the San Francisco 49ers. We cover all 32. All right. Mello says, missed too many of your live streams. I'm way behind on Niner News. Do you feel that Kyle and John already have their mindset, and who do you think it is? Yes, they already have their mindset. I'm leaning toward Trey Lance or Justin Fields. I'm kind of teetering back and forth on which one of those quarterbacks. Ultimately, I said since day one here in the BEASTwriter family, it's not Mac Jones. When the national media put that out there, including Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, everybody and their mama said Mac Jones, I hopped in the live stream the same time they did, and I said it's not Mac Jones. It's a huge smokescreen. And here we are today, and they're saying, oh, we need a dual threat quarterback like Lamar Jackson. We need an accurate passer, kind of like Drew Brees. So we need both those types of guys. Yeah, come on. We know what you're doing with this. Okay, Kyle Shanahan, stop going back and forth. Wishy-washy. Cut that rogue. That's all BS, dude. Let's keep it 100. You're going to go Justin Fields or Trey Lance, period. It's not Mac Jones. At least that's my opinion. And if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. So what? I get one wrong in 7 years. Good, cool story, bro. But yeah, that's what I think about that. I don't see them taking Mac Jones. Why would you? Again, it's fool's gold to think that the 49ers would trade up from 12 to 3, giving up 3 first-round picks just to move up 9 spots to get a quarterback they could have got at 6 or 7. Because let's be honest, Mac Jones is going to slide on draft day. All right? This is my in-depth analysis. You guys want my forward thinking? Mac Jones is going to slide on draft day. So much that if you guys remember, if I remember correctly, who was the quarterback out of West Virginia? I think his name was Geno Smith. Let me look it up. I did an article when I was working for Sports Illustrated Fan-Sided Network. I believe it was back in 2013. And there was a quarterback, yes, Geno Smith. Geno Smith was one of those guys who everyone thought was going to go high in the draft. And ultimately, he slipped. And I said, he's going to be the last one to come out of that green room. And he did. He didn't even go until the second round. All right. I'm not saying Mac Jones is going to have that deep of a fall. But again, this is why you guys follow me. I'm not afraid to put my analysis on there. Again, this is back in 2013. Right. You can Google it. I wrote that article. That was yours truly. I don't think Mac Jones is going to fall that hard, but he will fall outside the top 10 and possibly even outside the top 15, because I think that the New England Patriots, who are sitting there at 15, want either Justin Fields or Trey Lance over a guy like Mac Jones. Because everyone's tying Mac Jones to the New England Patriots, and if he's there sitting there, they're like, oh, yeah, they're going to go Mac Jones. Well, hey, if Micah Parsons slips to number 15, what makes you think that the New England Patriots won't take Micah Parsons? They're known to select linebackers, second-level backers in the first round. You saw it with Dante Hightower. You saw it with Gerard Mayo, right? So you see them get Chandler Jones. I mean, come on, guys. Let's not get it twisted. Let's look at the analytics and look at everything and what everything is being said and how everything is coming into fruition. Okay. So with that being said, again, thank you so much, everyone, for hopping onto the live stream. I really appreciate this. Wow. Thank you. What's up, G, for your generous donation. This is for your replay software and sound upgrades. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. This is a pleasant surprise on this Taco Tuesday live stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am going to get replay software and sound upgrades now. Wow, this is I wanted to do this. You guys wanted this. So basically what I like to do is game film breakdowns. I have my own grading system. I'm going to point out brick by brick, play by play, exactly what I see on the snap and exactly what you see on NFL Network or ESPN, with all the cool special graphics and everything. That's what I wanted to provide you guys. I didn't want to go with the cheap stuff. I'm all about authentic engagement, and I'm all about getting the best of the best. This will definitely help me. Thank you so much, what's up, G. Mahalo for the love. I appreciate it. Wow. All I can say is wow. Truly honored for that. And yes, I am going to get the software. I've been looking at Adobe Premiere. I think that's like $50 a month or something like that subscription. But I also want to go into some of these other in-depth things. So I'm working with some software engineers on the back end to see what actually works best for what we're trying to do here in the BEASTwriter family. So this is definitely going to help. As you know, the software is very expensive stuff, but it's all for you guys and it's all on. So thank you so much. This definitely helps. And again, thank you so much. What's up, G? Appreciate the love. Obviously, you follow me on both Twitter and YouTube, and mahalo. Wow. That's all I got to say is wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Getting goosebumps, man, because it really means I wasn't expecting this, but thank you. Thank you. The love that I've been getting from all you guys has been overwhelming. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Kiana Lopez says, hi. How you doing, Kiana? Hope you're having a good day. We have Keith Murphy coming down on the live stream. He's on the road. Keith, can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Yeah,
hey,
can you hear me?
Yeah, good thing you're not texting and driving. Can you hear me?
No, I got hands free, man.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm good. I'm about to be. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
A little bit. You're kind of choppy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I agree with. I'm a copy.
I think we're cutting in and out, bro. All right, we're cutting in and out with him. Hopefully, Keith, if you can hop on the show later when you have better reception, go ahead and do that. I'll sync you back in. D Wade said, "What's up, Beast? What's going on, man? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Go Panthers! I know your Panthers are looking to trade out of number 8. What do you think about that scenario if Penei Sewell is sitting there at number 8? Do you go ahead and get that offensive tackle? Time will tell. We have my man William Erz coming back on the show. William, what's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on with you?
Good, but man, mahalo to you on this Taco Tuesday. You know, I was thinking on my Taco Tuesday live streams, I thought it'd be a good idea if, I'm all about building up the Bay Area, not just Bay Area community, but the community that you're in, with the mom and pop shops. So on Taco Tuesday, wouldn't it be cool if we all ate tacos virtually and talked football? I think that'd be cool. I don't know. And then do you have a favorite taco shop in your area? Taqueria or anything like that?
I'm in the Dallas area, and we have a place called Torchy's Tacos. You ever heard of that?
There you go. No, I've never been to Dallas.
Oh, okay. Yes, this place called Torchy Tacos, man. You can like customize your tacos, pick any different type of sauce that you want. They have various like taco sauce and things like that. So yeah, It's pretty dope.
Hey, do they have like a pesto sauce, like a cilantro pesto, like the green sauce?
They got that too. Yeah.
That's my guilty pleasure, bro.
Yeah, man. So the food is awesome, bro, and they got great service too. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. So if you went to your taco shop, I have a favorite taco shop here in the South Bay, in the Bay Area. I either go to Taco El Reno's or El Amigo Burrito. I think it'd be fun just to talk, even in the off season, meaning after the draft, it's going to be dead time. That'd be really cool just to like talk about local stuff, like food. I think it'd be cool. Who doesn't love food? I love food. Do you love food?
Oh, I love food.
Oh, there you go. There you go. What's on your mind today, my man?
Oh yeah, man. Just wanted to come in and chime in to give my little 2 cents about the press conference yesterday. Hey man, I think the writing is on the wall, bro. If you listen to the press conference, Kyle mentioned this 7 times. He mentioned the rookie as a starting quarterback, meaning I think Jimmy's out the door. I think the writing's on the wall. I think it is. I don't think it's Mac Jones.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't think it's Mac Jones.
I'm hearing it's not Mac Jones. There's some food for thought. And that's today. That's today on April 27th now. This is live. But what I'm hearing is it's not Mac Jones. It's going to be Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Like I said all along, it was never Mac Jones. And that's what I heard all along. That was a huge smoke screen. And now if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. All right. But I get one wrong out of 7 years or 8 years I've been covering the team.
Right.
The thing about it is you came on the show yesterday. Okay. So people who don't know, you were on the live stream show yesterday and you said Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded.
Yeah.
You said that. Okay. Tell us why you thought that and why you think that's even more so now after hearing what Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Kyle Lynch. Let's just use that. That's a new hashtag. BEASTwriter calls him Kyle Lynch now. Wow. What are your thoughts there?
Well, the reason I think that it's true because Kyle mentioned it yesterday, that he mentioned 7 times that they're moving up to 3 to get their starting quarterback. And they're referring to the rookie. Also, Kyle alluded that the reason why, they're making this move is because Jimmy's been unhealthy 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, what was the other one? Oh, yeah. When a reporter straight up, head to head, asked Kyle, do you guarantee Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be on this roster? He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He said that he don't think anyone will be alive come week 1.
Right. This is what his exact words are. And I was watching this virtually. And as we were doing this live stream, I was watching it virtually on replay, obviously, because I was doing a live stream. But this is his exact words. And again, I know Kyle Shanahan inside and out. I know John Lynch inside. I know them personally. So I know, I talk to them off you know what I mean? I know exactly what they say when they say things. This is what he says. All right. Word for word. He says, I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday. So I can't guarantee you who will be on our roster on Sunday. So that goes for all of us. That is such a BS response. If I was sitting there in that media room, I would say, okay, I have a follow-up question for you. Since you're not sure you're going to be alive on Sunday, what are you sure of today? If the NFL draft was to end today and you had your starting quarterback, is Jimmy Garoppolo going to be on this roster today? Because we're all alive. We all have a pulse as of we speak right now. So Don't try to teeter-totter back and forth about the future and play this stupid game. I want to know today, right now, as we're sitting here, you have your quarterback. Is Jimmy Garoppolo going to be on the roster? You know, you got to put it back on them. Don't let them flip the script. You flip the hey, they try to flip it on you. You flip it right back on them. You feel me? You know, because anytime they want to go this teeter back and forth, you're not going to get an answer from them. And then he's going to have a snarky remark or snarky comment back. And it's like, okay, well, cool story, bro. Like when I was at his press conference, right? Because I covered the team, you know, I was a beat writer. My office is there. I asked him about Dante Pettis. I was the one that was asking about Dante. Me and him had a kind of a little thing because I said, you know what? You traded up in the second round to get Dante Pettis. What I saw in that Stanford game was he wasn't big enough up top to get off the line of scrimmage, right? He couldn't. He has blazing speed. He could be a great return man. What did you see in Dante Pettis that makes you think he can run the full route tree? You know what he told me? He's like, oh, that's one of the things we like Dante Pettis. That's how he didn't. He disregarded my question as going back to the Stanford film and say, you know, that's one thing. And I said, okay, well, my follow-up was that, well, did you watch the Stanford game? And then he just goes on, oh, he you know, we watch all the film. And it's like, okay, we'll see in a few years. Where's Dante Pettis now? Not with the 49ers. Got picked up by the New York Giants. But after that, what? How's he doing? Not very well.
Not very well.
So that's what I'm saying. I know Kyle Shanahan and the questions to ask him. When Jimmy Garoppolo came to San Francisco, who asked him the Tom Brady question? That was my question. When I asked him, I said, hey, Jimmy, what's the single most important thing that you learned from Tom Brady, because he's the gold standard, that you can take with you to San Francisco and lead this team? You know what? Look at Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch's expression when I asked that question. They hated me for that. They're like, because they weren't prepared for that question. Because at the end of the day, I wanted to know what makes Jimmy Garoppolo tick, right? And then that question went on TMZ Sports. It went on it was everywhere. KNBR, 95.7 The Game. Ultimately, when you ask the hard-hitting questions and you hit them where it hurts, where they have to give you not a nonchalant answer, but an actual response to the question where they actually have to sit and think about it, because they have to think logically about you, because you're throwing fastballs, not changeups. Right. This is not softball. This is baseball, right? And if you're going to throw up softball questions, you're going to get a softball response. You have to go for the freaking throat, right? Hit them where it hurts, right down the middle, and be straight up. Be like, you know, let's keep it 100. This is what's going on. And that's why the whole question, going back to what you just said about what Kyle Shanahan said, well, we're not sure we're going to be alive on Sunday. Well, no crap. No one's God. Well, that wasn't the question.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, are you Jesus? No. Am I? No. Okay, so hypothetically, then why are we talking about the NFL draft? Because it isn't here yet. So why even talk about it since it's not here yet? I would go on. I would put it back on him. Okay, so why even talk about picking up right tackle Mike McGlinchey's option then? Because he might not be alive tomorrow. He might not be alive in 2 hours from now. Right, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, it was just sarcastic. It was just sarcastic and all that. Honestly, I think Kyle was just fed up yesterday. And I just think he was a little grumpy yesterday by the looks of it. But I mean, I think Jimmy's gone. I think it is. I believe that they're going to get Trey Lance or Justin Fields. But this is the thing. Yep. This is why I stick to my guns with Justin Fields. Okay. Kyle Shanahan said in the press conference yesterday that, you know, we traded up. We traded up again, you know, to get the third pick to get a starting QB this year. That's what he said. Okay. And then he said he wants a quarterback that has a Drew Brees arm and Lamar Jackson's legs. So, okay, say you got Justin Fields and Trey Lance on the table. He says he wants a starting quarterback. He traded up to 3 to get a starting quarterback this year. Yes. Now, Trey Lance, everybody says Trey Lance is a guy that has to sit a year to learn the system. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's why I believe it's Justin Fields. Because he said that he wants to he traded up to 3 to get a starting quarterback. So if that's the case, then you get Justin Fields, because everybody says Trey Lance is the guy that you have to sit. So that's why I think it's Justin Fields. So I mean I could be wrong. They may switch it up and get Trey Lance, but I really think it's Justin Fields. I'm just gonna keep believing that until the card is read in 2 days.
Hey, like I said, it's Justin Fields or Trey. Either way, it's not Mac Jones. You don't go Mac Jones. Mac Jones, there's no going to be return of the Mac in San Francisco. Okay, that's Mark Morrison and his deal. That's not going to happen in San Francisco. If they go Mac Jones, I'm telling you right now, everyone's saying, "Oh, well, it's Kirk Cousins because he's Matt Ryan." Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. Matt Ryan was already there when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator with the Atlanta Falcons. It wasn't like they brought him in. So he was already someone there that worked under that system. So you knew what you were getting with Matt Ryan. It's not like they went out and get him. Now, RG3, they drafted him. Okay. So that's a dual threat quarterback. I think Kyle Shanahan is not dumb. He's very bright. But when he gives these stupid answers, it makes me upset because it gives the faithful a sense of like anxiety in terms of like we don't know what we're doing, and they don't have to show their cards. Kyle Shanahan doesn't have to, but he doesn't have to give a dumb remark like that. Like, oh, we don't know, that's very egotistical of him and arrogant of him to be giving off these stupid answers or responses to questions when all we're asking is a simple question. You know what? If someone said, "Hey," if I was Kyle Shanahan, someone said, "Hey, Ryan, is Jimmy Garoppolo going to be the starter next year?" And I'll be like, you know what? We're looking into all our options. I can't guarantee that any player is going to be on our roster. And we're just going to do our due diligence. We're going to leave no stone unturned because at the end of the day, I'm not doing my job if I'm not considering all options available to me, right? All the resources that are available. But don't say, you know what? Well, I don't know because I don't know if I have a pulse tomorrow. Dude, get out of here, bro. Yeah. That's stupid, bro. That's so dumb, bro. Like,
yeah, that was way left. It was two way. It was two way to the left. Like, I mean, come on, Kyle. I mean, you got to come up with a more logical answer than that. You say something like that. I was shocked when he said it. I was like, what?
Bro, he's stupid. No, I'm being serious. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid. If I went to Kyle, you're dumb for that answer. For giving that response, you're smart in a way because you know what you're saying, but it's very. It doesn't surprise me that he would say that. Trust me, because that's how he is, and he is arrogant. You talk to anybody who knows him personally, he's arrogant.
Yeah.
If you don't, let me tell you something. There's people who worked with him who don't work with him anymore. I know this for a fact. And if you don't agree with what Kyle Shanahan or John Lynch say, you're out. If you have a differing opinion from what they want, you're out. It doesn't. So, in a sense, that's bad from a management perspective. I have a business management degree from San Diego State. If you don't take input from everyone involved, like here in the family, if I just did my voice with my voice and yours doesn't matter, then what's the whole value of having different varying opinions? You need to listen to everything. And so that's why I think it's important, right? So that's why I think it's important that people need to listen to everyone involved. And if you have a different opinion, you don't just dismiss them and say you're gone because you don't agree with my viewpoints. Right. What if your viewpoint's greater than mine? What if what you saying is right now, and you're saying Justin Fields, and let's hypothetically said I want Mac Jones, and so because you want Justin Fields, you can't work with us anymore. What? How does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, man. So, but yeah, man, I just feel, man, Mac Jones, you just don't do that. I mean, it's like breaking a code. It's just something you just don't do. Yeah. You just don't trade all that draft capital to get a non-mobile quarterback who is not even in the discussion before you even moved up to 3.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't do that, man. It's time. Yeah. Kyle have seen all these teams that he played against that are mobile and that have put pressure on his defense.
Right.
Why not get you a quarterback and do that same thing to them?
Right.
Do it to them. I mean, if Kyle can get Justin Fields, I think Kyle Shanahan will I'm talking about if he opened up his playbook, it'll be like magic glitter coming out of his playbook. Because he can do anything he wants. He can go into his bag, man, do anything. He can give defensive coordinators so many fits with Justin Fields that it'll be ridiculous. Like, it'll be insane. I feel with the roster that we have, it's not like the Jets. It's not like the Lions. It's a legit contending roster. And if you get Justin Fields, man, I think we can put up points every week because now you have a quarterback that has not only a pocket pass pocket pass talent, but he has an additional luxury that you have, and that's his legs. I mean, Justin Fields ran a 4.3 tripping. He tripped on his feet and still ran a 4.3, man. I mean, I get it. Trey Lance, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Trey Lance a lot. I think he has tremendous upside. But, I mean, it's just the competition, man. Like I said, man, he's playing against teams that got arena football logos, man. Like, you're funny. I mean, you know, but I mean, either or. Trey Lance, Fields, I'll be fine with it. All I want at the end of the day, all I want is Kyle to have a guy that can perform in the pocket,
right,
and work defenses with his legs. Not to be a run first quarterback, but just to be a pocket passer who can sit in that pocket, do what Kyle wants him to do, and if something goes wrong, just get out of there, get the first down, keep the drive going, keep the defense on the bench so they can continue to get rest. So when they can go out there, they can give us more 3-and-outs, and put the offense back on the field and go to work. Right.
No, you're right. You're right. You ain't wrong, bro. You are not wrong. It's going to be interesting how this all plays out, though, for sure. For sure. Yeah. It's going to be interesting how this all plays out. But thank you for tuning in, my man. And again, I'm going to do a live stream on draft day. Okay. I'm really excited about that. Since I cover all 32 NFL teams, I'm just going to put this out there right now. I got picked up by a Jets podcast, a Raiders podcast, and also an all NFL podcast. So I'm going to be doing this. Of course, this is my main theme. This is my bread and butter, obviously. But just to get the exposure out there, I'm also going to be covering, again, all 32 NFL teams. So again, more inside information, more knowledge is power. And that's why here in the BEASTwriter family, we're growing no matter what team you cover, because how one team is drafting on Sunday or on Thursday is going to affect what the next team does after that. So really excited about that. Thank you so much, William, for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem, man. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Mahalo, my man. All right. We have John J popping in the live stream. Abraham, I saw you in here too. Go ahead and come back in and we'll get you on, my man. But right now we have John J. John J, how you doing today, my man?
Good morning, man. Another morning podcast.
Another morning podcast. Yeah, I'm trying to do more morning podcasts because, like I said, business is picking up. Obviously, here in the BEASTwriter family, the more exposure I'm getting in covering all 32 NFL teams, there's a lot of different fans that are here in the BEASTwriter family. So obviously, they're getting the word out, sharing my stuff, sharing the videos. And obviously, those teams, the Panthers, the Jets, now the Steelers, the Raiders I just mentioned. So they're all, I'm doing an all NFL, I'm doing all podcasts with all 32 NFL teams on top of this one. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And again, I just love talking about football. It doesn't matter if it's the Niners. Now that's one of the most teams I most talked about, but I talk about all 32 NFL teams. And that's why the BEASTwriter family is so strong, is because again, when you talk about all 32 and all 32, you're going to gain more credibility. So that's why when we're talking about the pick number 3 and what the 49ers are actually going to do at number 3, how that's going to affect the rest of the draft, and why you think Mac Jones is going to slide. Well, ultimately, he's going to slide because based on the other 31 other NFL teams and what I'm hearing. So what's your take on what's going on? I know you had a question, or not a question, you made a comment, or was it a question about Lamar Jackson, Drew Brees type of a deal when Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch were talking about their presser yesterday in regards what they want at the quarterback position. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, so basically, after I spoke to you, I watched the press conference, and just as the press conference was ending, he mentioned that if you look at, the quarterbacks that are in the league who are successful, the young quarterbacks, he said that those young quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, he also compared Drew Brees with those guys. Okay. They said that even during my father's time in the early 2000s, even those quarterbacks would have been successful. So he says that he wants, in a perfect world, a Drew Brees arm, accurate quarterback, and Lamar Jackson legs. He says it's a perfect world. Unfortunately, you cannot find a quarterback like that. You can always develop a quarterback and use their skill sets. So when I heard that, is he trying to say that he's not looking for a pocket guy? Because we don't know. But one thing
He's not. I'm going to stop you right there. He's not. What I'm hearing, he's not looking for a pure pocket passer. He's looking for a dual threat quarterback, which is why I think it's going to be Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson's their number one choice, okay. So I said that all along. He's 1A. Now the 1B comes down to Justin Fields or Trey Lance. It's not going to be Mac Jones. So getting back to your point, again, he breaks it down in exactly what the prototypical quarterback in today's day and age is. Unfortunately, there is no one like that, like you just echoed. So I'm piggyback off your analysis and what you're saying. What I will say this is not Mac Jones. It's not going to be. And that, again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 1 out of 7 years, since John Lynch became GM, I hit on every single pick outside of one. So in the first round. So with that being said, again, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, and even if I wasn't hearing this and I'm doing this blind, I cannot think that it's Mac Jones. And I said it since day one. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Cool. I get 2 wrong since in how many years, right? So what do you think? Do you think it's Mac Jones? Okay, my question to you is, do you think it's Mac Jones? Doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
To be 100% completely honest, and I'm very unapologetic, it's not Mac Jones. And it's nothing. It's not because I hate the guy. It's not a black and white thing like some people are trying to make it out. But Justin Fields and Trey Lance are the quarterbacks that are entering the league, and they're changing the league. The college system is entering the NFL. Right. So we're seeing, like, Drew Brees just retired. Philip Rivers also retired. Tom Brady, I don't know when he's ever going to retire, but he's an anomaly. So, he'll keep playing until, like, maybe he suffers a very serious injury where he'll be forced to. So you cannot say because Tom Brady in his career has participated in 10 Super Bowls, pocket guys. That's Tom Brady. That's one guy who has taken an organization, transformed it. Drew Brees, of course, Peyton Manning. Those guys
So ultimately, who do you think it is? Who do you think is going to be the pick at number 3? Are you there? Did we freeze? I think you froze. All right. So John Jay actually froze up, or is it me that froze up? I think it was John Jay. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, my man. I appreciate the love. Mahalo, mahalo. We are getting some, the coach. Thank you so much. He says, we love you, bro. And all you do, we here till the shells fall off. Big things are coming for you and your platform. Respect, my guy. Thank you so much. And mahalo for the love and your generosity and the super chat and super sticker. Really appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. Really means a lot. All right. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff coming here. JP says, good morning, BW. Let's go. Good morning, man, to you too. JP is one of my faithful in the BEASTwriter family. He is an Arizona Cardinals fan. Brings a lot of good insight there. Donald Johnson from the BEASTwriter family says, what's up, BEASTwriter? Hope you're having a great day. Niners for life. I am having a great day on this Taco Tuesday, on this early morning. I hope you are too. Here in the BEASTwriter family, it's always good times. Chino Lee says, good morning, Beast. Good morning. How you doing? And I love your backdrop there with the Golden Gate Bridge. Mahalo to you, and hope you're having a great Taco Tuesday. Yeah, okay, says it's Justin Fields. He wants somebody that can throw like Drew Brees, run like Lamar Jackson, but Mahomes in the middle. All right, Kiana Lopez asks, what do you think of New Jersey patch for 75 years? Of the New Jersey patch. Yes. So if you guys don't know, the San Francisco 49ers released their 75th anniversary patch. It's a 7 and a 5 for 75 years. I like it. It was very similar to the throwbacks back in the 1994-95 with the 75-year anniversary. I believe it was when the Niners won the Super Bowl for the NFL 75th year anniversary back in the 1994-1995 season. Technically, the year that they had Deion Sanders for 1 year. 1 year. Yeah. I like it. Niners all day. I'm thinking it's Lance. I've been watching a lot of tape, and this kid's got that X factor built up in him. And if Kyle can find a way to get all of it, it's going to be fun to watch. Tom Hurd asked, what's up, Beast? First time streaming you live. Any chance Jets don't pick Zach Wilson? And if they don't, would they Niners jump? Well, welcome to the live stream, Tom. And thank you and welcome to the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. Be sure to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. But getting back to your question, Zach Wilson, there's no absolutely surefire pick that he's going to go to the Jets at number 2. That's why I'm going to be hopping on the Jets Central live stream and their podcast shortly as we work out the details as to why there's no guarantee at number 2. But ultimately, what I'm hearing is Zach Wilson is going number 2, but don't be surprised if it's Justin Fields. All right, we have John Jay back in. Hopefully he has better connection. You have better connection?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I forgot to charge my laptop. That's my fault.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. What's going on?
Let's see. So, finishing, the Mac Jones. I don't think it's Mac Jones.
Okay.
For 3 reasons. The number one reason is that Kyle Shanahan in his career inherited quarterbacks. Matt Schaub, he was a quarterback coach. He wasn't a head coach. When his father was with the Washington football team, they drafted RG3.
Right.
They made it work.
So you don't think it's Mac Jones?
Yeah, because
right.
We don't know what Kyle Shanahan quarterback is. Everyone says he's a pocket passer because
no, it's not. I know what quarterback he wants. It's not a pure pocket passer. It's a dual threat quarterback who can open up with a play action pass. That's why it's Justin Fields or Trey Lance. It's not Mac Jones. So that's the quarterback that he wants. He doesn't want Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a huge smokescreen. In fact, Mac Jones is going to slide on draft day if he's not selected by the San Francisco 49ers. Mark my words. Mac Jones will slide on draft day if he goes past the Niners at number 3. Calling it now. And what I'm hearing is it's going to be a slide. It could be possibly be even outside the top 10. Now, it depends based on the current draft position and where teams stack up. Now, there could be a team that jumps up for a guy like Mac Jones, like let's say, hypothetically, the New England Patriots or even the Chicago Bears with GM Ryan Pace there. He's a dumb GM. If he goes ahead and makes this play for Mac Jones and he wants that 5th quarterback off the board, go ahead and take your chances, Ryan Pace, because you already made one mistake once with the quarterback by trading up from 3 to 2 for Mitchell Trubisky. So we've seen his track record when evaluating the quarterback position. It's not very bright. Just saying it. And he has a cool name, Ryan, just like me, but he's not on the pace of the BEASTwriter podcast. I'm just joking. But no, don't be surprised if Mac Jones slides. That's all I gotta say. That's gonna be my hashtag. Don't be surprised if Mac Jones slides. BEASTwriter approved. Boom. Because again, the only reason we're talking about Mac Jones at 3 is because the Niners are talking about Mac Jones at 3. If Mac Jones wasn't even in conversation at 3, Mac Jones would probably be in the 8 to 9 to 12 discussion, somewhere in there. All right. Well, we know the Carolina Panthers. Well, what I'm hearing, they're not going to go quarterback. Okay. They want to trade out of that. GM Scott Fitter is looking to get more draft capital. So he's looking, if there's not a guy that he feels is worthy, like if Penei Sewell slides to number 8 and gets past the Cincinnati Bengals who sit there at number 5, they're going to go ahead and take Penei Sewell or Patrick Surtain, the cornerback. They also can roll with Micah Parsons, but they also just got Denzel Perryman, so I don't see that playing into their cards. And they also got Hassan Reddick, so I think they're okay there. With that being said, then you look at 9 with the Denver Broncos. That's a hot spot for a trade because, again, Vic Fangio, he might want to keep Drew Lock depending on who's available. Now, if Micah Parsons slides past, let's say, the Detroit Lions and slides past the Carolina Panthers and sitting there at 9, because, again, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Micah Parsons at number 6. I know that sounds crazy, but again, everyone thought I was crazy when I said the Dolphins were going to trade number 3 after Kyle Van Noy was released, and then they traded number 3. Ultimately, I think they're going to end up with Micah Parsons, the Miami Dolphins, at some point. Now, whether that's going to be trading back from 18 up to like maybe the teens to go ahead and get Micah Parsons, or whether it's just going and getting there and getting that guy at 6, who is the best linebacker in the game, that remains to be seen. If Devontae Smith is sitting there, that's going to be a cause for concern because now you have a game of musical chairs. Like, is it worth it to select the best wide receiver in this year's draft class or getting the best college player in this year's draft class at the linebacker position? That's where the horizontal board comes into play. And that's why these discussions are going to be taking place at the time the Dolphins are on the clock at 6. Once the Dolphins make their pick, now we're going to see the domino effect start to fall. Because again, that's when trades are about to happen. It's only after the Dolphins select at 6. It's not going to be in the top 5. Trust me on this. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, who are sitting there at 4, they're looking to trade back. And the news that broke out yesterday, okay, you have to look at everything and take everything into consideration. The Atlanta Falcons, who are sitting there at 4, they're looking to trade out of that spot. Why? Because Calvin Ridley is a 2018 first-round draft pick. They're obviously going to pick up his 5th-year option, but with Julio Jones having that big money contract, you can't get rid of him as a pre-June 1 cut or June 1 trade. You have to trade him after June 1. So if you want to leverage losing an all-pro wide receiver like Julio Jones, sitting there at number 4, you have your pick of the litter. You can go Kyle Pitts, right? People view him as a tight end, but he's not a really good inline blocker. So I see him more as a receiving threat and a red zone efficiency target down inside the red zone with a big catch radius. Or you can go Jamar Chase, a guy from LSU. The Atlanta Falcons scouting department covets SEC products drafted in the first round. Now, GM Thomas Dimitroff is not there anymore. However, Terry Fontenot is a great GM. He knows how to find talent coming from the Mickey Loomis tree. So don't be surprised if he goes ahead and stays with the big-time school coming out of the SEC. There's a lot of moving parts here, but at the end of the day, going back to Mac Jones, I think he's going to slide. I think if he goes past the freaking 49ers at 3, he's going to slide. And it's not going to be a surprise here in the BEASTwriter family because, again, you heard it here first. But everyone else is going, oh, my gosh, Mac Jones is sliding. Oh, my gosh, we thought it was Mac Jones all this whole time. Oh, my gosh. And my you know what? The whole time I thought it was Mac Jones, and that's what we were hearing, right? Right, Todd? Right, Todd McShay? We were hearing Mac Jones. Yeah, it's a big surprise, but ultimately it's not surprising because it makes sense because we wanted, what Kyle Shanahan wants is a dual threat quarterback who can run the naked play action pass. What happened in the pro days? Well, let's go back to the pro days with John Beck. What did they do? A lot of play action passes, a lot of naked bootlegs, a lot of throwing on the runs, throwing off platforms, throwing to the receivers in stride, throwing on the back shoulder, throwing on the proper shoulder. What does Mac Jones not do well? He can't run it. He cannot extend plays with his legs to the point where he can run those naked bootlegs. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Everything you said, you put it, correctly, And then another, my second reason why, they're not going to get him is that Reuben Foster, when we drafted him in 2017, when they played a game in Tampa Bay, he had, his legal issues away from the football. They left him. They left him in Tampa Bay. They did not tell him to go to there. They left him there. And he did not get a DUI. He didn't have, it was just a hit and a girlfriend issue that was eventually resolved. So if you're going to bring in a guy who has DUI issues, who also had some, other issues off the field that I also found out, I hear, he's a bit of a hothead. He argues with Nick Saban, and he's not going to get away with that if he tries to argue with Kyle Shanahan. So why would they bring in a guy who has his, character issues? He may be a good player, but for example, they let Reuben Foster go for nothing, just a little nothing. And it really shows you that, we're going to change our mind. We're going to get a pure pocket passer, a guy who has issues, who argues with his coach, which I was surprised when I found out about that. The teammates would say he and Nick Saban would argue in the office, in the locker room.
Right. And
in the NFL, you cannot do that. You cannot argue with your coach. That's basically all right. Nope. So I think a guy Kyle can control, Trey Lance, because he can coach him up, and he loves to do that. Or Justin Fields, who is a guy who will open up that playbook and study it. So that's how I see it. It's not because I hate the guy. There's a lot of things that you have to understand, but unfortunately, people just look at the stats in college, and stats don't mean nothing. So I'm keeping it real.
Stats mean something, but it comes with a grain of salt, especially when evaluating the quarterback position. Stats do provide some analysis. However, when evaluating talent and projecting at the NFL level from a scouting perspective, again, because I work with scouts, I talk to GMs, whatever. What we look for is we look for the critical factors above anything else, because you don't know what they're being taught up at the next level or at the college level or back in Pee Wee football. Right. So you take stats into account because at the end of the day, the game film doesn't lie. So that's the number one indicator. So you can't have a strong game film without having padded stats, a padded stat line. It just doesn't work out that way. Now, oftentimes there's those anomalies and there are one-offs, right? You can see one-offs, and maybe for, like they say, Calvin Johnson, right? Georgia Tech runs a power run-based run scheme, right? So they weren't throwing the football, but you saw the critical factors, which is why Calvin Johnson was nicknamed Megatron for a reason at the NFL level. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, my man. I appreciate the love. And John Jay, follow this guy, 49ers Ultimate Report. Again, John Jay, thank you, and mahalo for hopping on the live stream. Appreciate the love, bro.
Thanks for having me on, as always, man. And congratulations to also your success, and go after those guys in those other podcasts.
Oh, right. Appreciate it, my man. Mahalo. All right, so we have Mike Potter coming on the show. Mike Potter, your device is not connected. It says, get back on and hop on. We have Keith Murphy back in the show.
What's up, man? You hear me better now?
I can hear you loud and clear like a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Good. Yeah. We need to start a Verizon sponsor the BEASTwriter family here. We'll get everyone hooked up with some good, cool, free service here. Wi-Fi. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Not much. Just finished watching the press conference.
Oh, horrible press conference.
I think Jimmy G, like I said the first time when I came on your show, his days are numbered.
Yeah, I know.
Just by the way Kyle answered that question. If you ask Andy Reid, will Pat Mahomes be on the roster Sunday? He would not say it's the world going to end.
Right.
He would say he's going to be on my roster. So.
Oh yeah. I think he's going to get traded.
I do too.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded to the New England Patriots. I said it since day one. You can see, if you guys want to see this timeline, check this out. Everyone wants to know, if you miss any of my live streams, because I know a lot of you can't watch it because you're at work or doing other things, not to worry, because at the end of the day, it's all pre-recorded. So once it's recorded, you can see it. But I actually have a Jimmy Garoppolo timeline. I actually made a playlist of chronicle events of exactly my analysis in real time. Everything is timestamped and up until this point. So if you guys want to see what I had to say about Jimmy Garoppolo, please go ahead. And I strongly encourage you to look at that so you guys can hear what I had to say in regards to Jimmy Garoppolo in real time. Because again, everybody can talk in hindsight and say, oh yeah, I knew that. I did that. It's like, well, really? Everything's timestamped on social media. You can't say you did or did not say something. So anyways, this YouTube search, YouTube search, and just type in BEASTwriter. That's the keyword. You have to have a BEASTwriter in front of anything. And just put in Jimmy Garoppolo, and you will say everything I had to say on that. There's also a podcast playlist in the YouTube channel. So if you just go to my playlist, just scroll to Jimmy Garoppolo timeline, and you will see everything I had to say about that. So yeah, getting back to your point, you said it since day one. You said Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded. You said it.
Yes. What's the compensation going to be?
It's a day 2 pick. I don't think it's going to be a day 1 pick, because if it was a day 1 pick, it would have already happened by now.
That's right.
The only reason, yes, of course we are right. Now watch it be a day 1 pick. Now, BEASTwriter, you're wrong. He was traded, but it was for the 15th overall pick.
No way.
Ultimately, he's going to get traded. Now, who knows, though, right? Who knows? Right. If a coach wants a quarterback, it doesn't matter what the valuation chart says. Again, I hate when people, hate's a strong word, but I strongly dislike people who use the valuation chart. It doesn't mean anything. Again, if you're in the scouting department, if you talk to people in the war room, if you talk to people who are actually making those moves, the GMs, they will tell you the valuation chart is a joke. It's just a barometer, but every team has their own valuation chart. Right. And if you value a player and you think that Pat Mahomes is the next Hall of Fame quarterback, you will give up the farm and then some for that quarterback.
That's right. I agree 100%. I mean, we gave up what might be, didn't Jalen Ramsey, like he said in the press conference, they got traded for 2-1s?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at least when they traded their 2-1s, those guys were already all pros, right?
Yeah.
We traded that for a rookie that we don't know who it is yet.
Right. And ultimately, it's going to be interesting because at the end of the day, again, I'm hearing it's not Mac Jones. Today, as of April 27th at 10:04 a.m., I'm hearing it's not Mac Jones. It's likely Trey Lance or Justin Fields. I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's set in stone. I'm not saying my sources told me confirmed. You know, when people say that, I laugh because I never say my sources confirmed. You guys people who follow me know when I say stuff, odds are my track record, I don't have to go, my sources told me it's a done deal and it's for a second round pick, and it's a done deal. So just hold off. And then it does happen. Oh my God, what happened? No. That's not how we do it here in the BEASTwriter family. So my sources are strong, but rarely do I cite my sources. And again, everything's on social media, so when I say my sources tell me something, they are correct and 100% true. I've never been wrong. Never. Now, when I say what I'm hearing, this is what I'm hearing today. It's not definite. Okay, guys, it's not definite. But what I'm hearing today is not Mac Jones. It's not Mac Jones.
So here's the thing. Mac Jones didn't come up into the top 5 conversation until we traded up to the top 5.
Exactly.
Nobody was saying that Mac Jones was going to go that high before. So the question is, where would he fall if we don't pick him?
Great question. Mac Jones is going to slide. And I've been saying this since last week after running my mock drafts. Again, I haven't been on the podcast lately because I'm really, like I said, to evaluate one pick and cross-checking my references and doing a lot of insider information, gathering information, and then cross-checking my facts based on what I think the team will actually do at that selection. It's about 7 to 10 hours, anywhere from 7 to 10 hours of actually doing research for one single pick. Okay. So when we talk about where Mac Jones is going to slide, let me look up my draft board right now. The 49ers, I have them currently taking Trey Lance, okay, at number 3. All right. I think the New England Patriots or Denver Broncos are going to trade up for Justin Fields. Okay. That's going to be the 4th quarterback off the board. The 5th quarterback off the board is going to be Mac Jones. Ultimately, I believe the Washington football team who are sitting there, right? The Washington football team who are sitting there at number 19 and the Chicago Bears who sit one pick behind at number 20. I think those teams are going to be vying for Mac Jones' services, possibly in a trade-up scenario to leapfrog the other, and possibly the 16 to 18 range for Mac Jones. So now you're leveraging that trade how you can fit, because if you look at the other teams drafted behind them, right? You look at the Carolina Panthers, they're not going to go quarterback. They already made a trade for Sam Darnold, so that's not going to happen. The Denver Broncos have Drew Lock, but they're not sold on Drew Lock. You have the Dallas Cowboys. They already have Dak Prescott. The New York Giants, who are sitting there at number 11, they already invested in Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles have Jalen Hurts. They're not going to go quarterback. Trust me on that one. The LA Chargers, all right, they already have Justin Herbert. All right, Minnesota Vikings at 14. They already have Kirk Cousins. All right, New England Patriots, they can use a quarterback. Or obviously, that's why I said they're going to move up for Justin Fields and make a play for him. That leaves the Arizona Cardinals at number 16, who obviously have Kyler Murray. You have the Las Vegas Raiders sitting there at number 17. They have Derek Carr. I think they're going to give him one more year. And they have the Miami Dolphins with Tua Tagovailoa. And then you have the Washington football team and Chicago Bears. See how this works? Mac Jones is going to slide to one of those two teams. And they're going to make a trade. I'm telling you.
I agree. But I don't know who's going to trade for that 4.
Oh, for the 4th quarter, I know it sounds crazy, and again, people think I'm nuts. It's okay. They thought I was nuts when I said the Dolphins are trade number 3. It's not a gut feeling. My gut feeling is pretty strong. Like, my gut feeling is to the exact number. Like, my gut feeling back in week 3 for the 49ers versus the Steelers, I was talking to Greg Rosenthal of NFL Network, and he said that the Steelers are going to beat the Niners, and he gave a score. And I came back at him and said, no, the Niners are going to win 24-20. The exact score was 24-20. That's a gut feeling that these are the gut feelings that I have down to that. I don't have a gut feeling when it comes to Justin Fields being drafted by the New England Patriots, but it's trending that way.
Yeah. So I also read that Carolina still hasn't given Darnold his 5th year, or hasn't exercised a 5th year option yet.
They will. They will.
They won't do it till after the draft. So I don't think they will go quarterback hunting, but I also don't know. I mean,
I don't think they will. And the reason I say that is because you don't trade that draft capital for someone who, in my opinion, if Sam Darnold was to come out of this draft class, he would probably be the number 2 ranked quarterback in this draft class, in my opinion. Now, you can disagree with that, and I see on the look, you're like, oh man, that's a bad take.
Hey, what is it? The first day I came on here, what'd you say? Everybody has their own opinion, right?
Yes. Ultimately, this is my thinking, right? If you look at the supporting cast around him, he doesn't have much of a supporting cast. and you're only as good as your weakest link. Ultimately, the Jets did not have the best O-line. In fact, I just spoke with the Jets coach on that coaching staff. He said the Jets O-line was the worst in the NFL, and he agreed with me in my analysis on that. It's like there's no way Sam Darnold can have success. He said Sam Darnold has talent, and there's no incentive for him to say that. Sam Darnold's not even on the Jets anymore.
I do think Sam Darnold is talented. He's going to get his second shot in Carolina.
Yeah.
I just find it hard because Carolina was one of those teams that was looking for Deshaun Watson like we were, right?
Right.
To go from that to Sam Darnold, that would be difficult to still not be big game hunting. If you think he's not, it depends on what kind of grade they have on these quarterbacks, you know?
I've seen some grades, man. I see some grades.
Oh, you seen some personally?
I see some grades. Here's the consensus. Okay. Trevor Lawrence, I would say let's just take a poll out of 5. Right? This is 5, right? Out of 5 teams, Trevor Lawrence would probably be the number 1 quarterback for their scheme in 4 of those 5 teams.
That's right.
Okay? Number 1. Number 2, the next quarterback obviously would be Zach Wilson. In fact, it's kind of neck and neck with Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence based on the scheme. All right. And then the third one is kind of a mix between Justin Fields and Trey Lance. It's not Mac Jones. Mac Jones is probably viewed as the 5th best quarterback in this year's draft class, honestly,
right?
Based on the critical factors. So that's why if you're looking at it logically, if you're playing the numbers game, odds will tell you that Mac Jones is going to slide simply because he's not even the top 3 ranked quarterback in this year's draft class, and the 49ers are just hyping up like he is one.
Right. What about do you think there's something to that Lance and Fields work with John Beck, but Mac Jones doesn't?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're really leaving no stone unturned, why the heck would you have John Beck lead the positional drills, someone who Kyle Shanahan trusts, and not have Mac Jones run the same exact drills that the other 2 quarterbacks in the running were doing? Because if you want an apples to apples comparison, wouldn't you want to compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges or apples to bananas or apples to grapes?
Right. Right.
It makes 0 sense. And that's why it's not like they have to hide anything like a smokescreen for Mac Jones, because at the end of the day, no one's high on Mac Jones. So that's like saying, oh, at number 3, we're going to pick BEASTwriter Ryan Sakamoto. Okay, no one's going to pick me. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Or Keith Murphy. Who cares? Like, no one cares about us.
Right. So
why do you care about us? What the heck?
Who do you think Arizona, Seattle, and LA want us to draft?
Mac Jones?
I do too. I do too.
I'm a huge Alabama Roll Tide fan. It's on my profile. I mean, I have friends. I have friends who are players, and coaches, and so forth. I have ties to Alabama, so I'm very Alabama loyal. Watched them when I was a kid. Look, Mac Jones is a good quarterback. Cerebrally, he's the smartest quarterback in this year's draft class. Okay, let's talk about the positives. He's the most cerebrally gifted quarterback in this year's draft class. In terms of manipulating the pocket, he's very good while keeping his eyes downfield. He can make the tough throw when under duress. These are things that you look for, or the critical factors you look for when evaluating the quarterback position. He is very accurate in all 3 levels. That's number 1. And that's something that Kyle Shanahan absolutely loves. Trust me on this. The one thing he values most above anything else, above going through your progressions and being smart, living to play another down, is accuracy. Right. And Mac Jones is very accurate on all 3 levels. Very accurate on all 3 levels. And I have to say this. It wouldn't surprise me if Mac Jones is the pick, but ultimately, I don't think it is. I don't know. And it's just going to be interesting because there's people that are saying, it's Mac Jones, it's Mac Jones, it's Mac Jones. Well, I mean, I was a beat writer for 7 years, so I mean, I have inside information just like some of the people at the top of the game.
Right. I just don't think. I just don't think they're gonna do it. They're gonna draft Mac Jones. I won't be shocked, but I think the media will act like it's a shock. Like, oh my gosh! I think they're building up this story so they can act shocked. But a lot of people that I used to work in a jail, and we used to we had a saying: don't listen to what the inmates say, watch what they do.
Oh, okay.
And so, from what I'm watching them, okay, Fields and Lance are with John Beck. Mac Jones isn't. Why wouldn't I have him with them too? Because pretty much what he's getting to do is getting to put Fields and Lance through all these drills, and I prep them for training camp to where they already have a lot of tools down that he's gonna want. So I think in his head, he's already preparing his starter for week 1.
Yeah.
These guys have been working out with John Beck for how long now?
Exactly.
I mean,
and trust me, people I spoke with who know John Beck, he is a driving force on who the 49ers select. He's one of the ears.
That's right. Do you think he knows who they're picking?
I'm pretty sure he does.
So who do you think knows?
We're gonna have to take a wait and see approach. Keith Murphy. I'll release that. I see what you're going there. I'm gonna release that the day before the draft. So the night before the draft, I'm gonna start mocking my mock draft, and hours before the draft hits, that's when I'm gonna release my final mock draft, and everything is set in stone. So again, last year my draft coach was Justin Jefferson. I heard a lot of good things around NFL circles, and I said he's my cream of the crop, best wide receiver.
He made them not miss Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I know. And people
baller.
were calling me crazy for that. People were like, no, it's Jerry Jeudy, it's CeeDee Lamb. I said, those guys are great, but Justin Jefferson is my guy, right? And Jim Trotter agreed with me, and me and Jim were high on Justin Jefferson coming. I mean, Jim Trotter's Jim Trotter for a reason, right? NFL Network, So he's like, man, he's gonna be a beast, bro. I was like, dude, I know. It's like, beast. That guy's gonna be a beast. I was like, dude, I know. Right. And I was like, people can laugh at us all they want. Watch, he's gonna be a beast. What happened? Offensive Rookie of the Year. Set the rookie receiving record. Broke Randy Moss's rookie record. 1,400 receiving yards.
Oh, he balled out, man.
Justin Jefferson, bro.
One of your commented. He asked. I forgot who it was. He said, "Do you think Kyle and John are in agreement as far as the quarterbacks?"
Yes. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because it's Kyle Shanahan's decision, his alone.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Kyle can manipulate this how he sees fit. And again, I know them. I know the two of them personally. GM John Lynch may get the heat for making the selection because ultimately he's the GM.
That's right.
But Kyle Shanahan was hired first, and then it was GM John Lynch. Same thing with the Carolina Panthers. Matt Rule calls the shots. GM Scott Fitter calls the personnel decision.
Right. That's right. That's
okay.
Right. Same thing with that's why. Well, it all makes sense because John Lynch used to play for Mike.
There you go.
So I mean, outside of those three, who do we think knows? Because Mike knows, right? Mike knows who they're picking.
Oh, for sure.
Mike, John, Kyle, Adam Peters, John Beck.
Yep.
You think more than that, no?
Yeah, I think Ethan Wall knows. The director of college scouting. That's my boy. I'm sure he knows. He's the director of college scouting. So obviously he has to have input there because he's in charge of the whole scouting department there.
Right.
Ethan Wall, by the way, I just want to give a shout out to my boy Ethan. He should be in line for a GM job. Saying it right now. Ethan Wall, me and him would talk football all the time. Ethan Wall does not get enough credit that he deserves. Adam Peters obviously should be in line for a GM job as well. But Ethan Wall, if Adam Peters goes, the 49ers are in great hands with Ethan Wall because he could be the vice president to the GM. He could be the GM. Yeah, Ethan Wall is great. I love Ethan Wall. Well-deserved, a great guy, great person, very humble. I just want to give a shout-out to you, Ethan. So I know you're watching. Shout-out to you. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because, who knows? If Mac Jones is the pick at 3, is anyone going to be surprised? No, because everyone's saying it's Mac Jones.
That's right.
But will 49er fans be upset? Absolutely. Maybe not Mike Miller, who's going to hop on the show. We're going to have Mike Miller on the show right now. You remember Michael Miller. There was kind of a – Michael, do not get crazy, okay? Keep it – huh? Hold on. Let me unmute you. Let me unmute your mic. Your mic's muted for some reason. Hold on. Okay, you muted yourself.
There we go.
Okay.
We're good now.
Okay, lower your mic.
No, I don't have the voice to get loud anyway.
Okay, how are you doing,
My allergies are terrible.
How are you
But
doing?
no, I will break the news because whether people believe it or not, I know some inside stuff. Mac Jones is the pick at number 3.
Okay. So
you heard
say
it
it's
here
Mac
first.
Jones. I say it's not Mac Jones. So I guess we're gonna have to find out who's right.
Guaranteed Mac Jones.
And if it is Mac Jones, hey, no one's gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised. You're not gonna be surprised. You obviously it's gonna be Mac Jones. The national media is pushing Mac Jones. They're hearing it's Trey Lance or Mac Jones. Ultimately, I think it's gonna be Trey Lance or Justin Fields. And the reason I say that is because Jimmy Garoppolo was given one more year. Ultimately, if he was given one more year, you would probably want to take a project.
Is he given one more year?
Soon. If he's gone, right? If Jimmy Garoppolo is gone and Mac Jones is the quarterback, right? That would make the most sense because he's the most NFL pro-ready quarterback outside of Zach Wilson today.
I agree, 100%.
Okay. So again, I'm not saying Mac Jones. You know, I'm a huge roll type fan. You know this. I love Mac Jones.
Oh, you like Mac Jones. I know that.
I like Mac Jones. I just think for what the 49ers are trying to do, whoever that quarterback is, and again, I don't care if Mac Jones is the pick. He just better end up being a Hall of Fame quarterback. Or at least an all-pro quarterback. You know, Hall of Fame's kind of that's too much. Let's say all-pro quarterback. Let's say he goes to 3 or 4 all-pros, not Pro Bowls, not Pro Bowl alternates. I don't count Pro Bowl alternates. That's BS.
Pro Bowl means nothing anymore. It's a popularity vote.
There you go.
Well,
so it's all about the all-pro vote.
Nobody goes.
And me being a member of the PFWA who has all-pro voting right, voting selection, he better get my vote for all-pro. That's all I gotta say. And ultimately, if I was the 49ers, again, I know you disagree because you like Mac Jones. I would go Justin Fields or Trey Lance. In fact, I don't know. I just, for me personally,
I like Trey Lance also, and I love Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, there you go. That's
Mac Jones is going to be the pick. Mac Jones has this, unlike any of the other draft picks. He has the brain to do the job.
That's true.
He's got a photographic memory. He will pick up Kyle Shanahan's playbook within a couple weeks. He will know it backwards and frontwards. That's what he's got.
Right.
Well, I think all quarterbacks here can learn a playbook. That's not what
they can.
At. I think Mac Jones is. I would have loved to have him at 12. He doesn't look to me like the type of player you would trade almost Deshaun Watson package to go get. But that's just my opinion. I think he will be pretty good, but I remember in 2018 the safe picks was Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, and the risky picks were Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And so I don't know who's the safe and who's not. You can't say anybody's floor or ceiling. You don't know anybody. All 5 of these dudes can be busts. All 5 of them could be good, or all 5 of them could be average.
I just know there's somebody else sitting in here right now that said if you like a player at 15, you ought to like him at 3 too. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
There's, if you like him, you like him. I know Ryan said that also in the past. I've heard him say that too. Just like the running back from Alabama. If you like him at 30, why not like him up there in the top of the draft too? He's going to be an all-pro, and all-pro's an all-pro.
I get that. I like
whether you're drafting 6th round, 7th round, or top 2. Huh?
I said I like a Toyota Camry, but I don't like it at $50,000.
If I could make $1 million with him, I like him at $50,000. Just if you like a player and he's going to be an all-pro, it shouldn't matter where you draft him at. Should not matter whatsoever where you draft an all-pro at.
It will not matter. If you draft an all-pro, it will not matter where you draft it. 100%.
Yeah, Mac Jones will be a great quarterback in this league.
I'm just saying I've been wrong about quarterbacks before. I won't say I'm 100% right. I don't think anybody is ever 100% right when it comes to quarterbacks. So I can't say his floor or ceiling is anything different than any of the other 4 guys because I don't in my heart believe that.
Yeah. It's like Trey Lance. Trey Lance is one of my favorite, but he's a huge upside. He could be the best quarterback in this league, but he also could bust. There's a chance he's going to bust. Mac Jones, I don't believe there's a chance he will bust. I think minimum he's going to be a top 12 quarterback in this league. That's his worst thing.
I'm just looking at the trend of the league, and a pure pocket passer hasn't really hit in like 10 years.
But what Kyle said yesterday, he ain't going with the trends of the league. He's going with what he likes.
I agree with that. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
He should go with what's in his heart, what he wants. I'm just saying you can't go with the trends. I'm just saying I'm a fan. I'm not a coach. I do look at trends of the league.
Yeah.
And the pocket passers seem to struggle because they have nothing else to rely on. Whereas Kyler and all those guys can run around for a couple years till they figure out the offense. If you're a pocket passer and you don't say Mac Jones comes in and doesn't do well, what else can he do to add to his team except bust? I think Trevor Lawrence can bust. I'm not one of those guys that think he can't miss.
Yeah, I think he's going to be an average quarterback in this league, Trevor Lawrence. The only one I worry about busting, and I guarantee he will bust, is Justin Fields. Watch the Indiana game. He does not perform well under pressure. They tore him to pieces in the Indiana game. And if he can't play them corners that are – and they're not top corners there at Indiana. There's going to be several guys that are going to be fifth round on corners, and they ate him alive. If he can't beat Indiana – well, he did beat Indiana. But if he can't look good against Indiana and throws 3 interceptions because of the pressure they put around him, that's horrible as a quarterback. He's very bustable. I don't think he'll bust if he goes to a team and sets for 2 years minimum. He needs to learn. He's got a lot of learning ahead of him.
I don't go off one game of film. I saw Deshaun Watson have have bad games at Clemson. He came in and lit the league on fire. Was about to set the rookie touchdown record. I can't go off one game. I've seen Trevor Lawrence have bad games against like NC State. Justin Fields was undefeated against the Big Ten, only lost 2 games in college.
Well, I mean, Trevor Lawrence had a bad game against Ohio State too.
He did.
But this year's Clemson team wasn't good. It wasn't the same team in the previous several years. That's why I say Trevor Lawrence is not a quarterback that will carry a team. Mac Jones can carry a team.
They made the college playoffs. Clemson was pretty good.
He's good, but he's not the. I mean, which team was better 2 years ago, Clemson, or this year? 2 years ago, they had nine players drafted in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, that team was good. That team was unbeatable. That's what he made his number 1 draft pick on this year. Yeah, was 2 years ago.
There seems to be like a clicking noise. Is there someone that has a clicking noise in the background of your guys' mic?
Let me mute my.
There you go.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's better.
Okay.
Oh no, it's back.
It's back.
You have to mute your mic. I think you have to mute your There's echo.
I can hear it when my mic's muted.
Oh, I think it's your end, Mike. Michael, it's on your end, buddy. Yeah.
I hear it.
I hear it too. Hop on. So hop back off and then hop back on. Is it better now? Or you still hear it, huh? Is it yours?
Is it mine?
It might be yours. Oh, it's better. So now it's fine. Oh, now it's back.
We hopped out. I got to get some work done anyway. Thanks, Beast, for having me.
All right, man. Thank you so much. All right, we have Sanjo Sunny hopping onto the live stream. Sanjo, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Oh, what's going on? We have Michael Miller back. Michael, so we have all 3 of us on here now. Okay. Yeah. Mel, thank you so much for the super chat and your generosity. Ollie Bear, thank you so much for your super chat and generosity. Appreciate it for the love and support. Again, if you like the channel, like the work, like the BEASTwriter family, we are striving to build here in the BEASTwriter family. Consider sending me a super chat. Honestly, what's up, G? Thank you so much for your generosity. Your $100 donation was I'm at a loss for words. All I gotta say is mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Thank you so much. Sanjo Sunny, how are you doing today, my man?
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing, man, just grinding every day as usual. Again, I'm trying to do game film breakdowns now. I want to have it to the par of like ESPN, NFL Network on that scale. So I'm working with some software engineers behind the scenes on getting some stuff done. Obviously, it costs a lot of money to do that. But hopefully I can provide some of that for you guys. So other than that, just grinding, covering the NFL draft, didn't get any sleep. I'm trying to hop on live streams earlier now because I feel like people can listen to this on the way to work. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of better for you guys. So the feedback that I was getting is, hey, Beast, can you wake up earlier or not sleep at all and do a live stream so I can go to work? I said, sure, why not? So I'm running on empty. I look like crap, but it's all good. It's all good. So what's on your mind?
Oh, I just came on to say what's up, man. I also put a little insight in. I don't think they're gonna trade Jimmy, man. I got a feeling they're gonna keep him. You know what I mean? I just think, it's just my opinion, but I just think it makes more sense to hold on to him and hope he can shine this season. Not only that, a lot of the players that came to the team, that signed with the team under small contracts, really, I think they had expectations. You came in with the belief that we're going to be a contender this year, and I don't think anybody gives us the best chance to do that unless you keep, other than Jimmy G, knows the system. He's been there. It's just, can he stay healthy? But with the strength of schedule, it looks like, like before, the team would carry Jimmy, you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking that's the better route to take. Ultimately, like you said, it's going to be Kyle's decision what happens, or probably, it might be Kyle's decision on what QB they pick, but I think John Lynch might have a little say in who, if he's going to stay or what they're going to do exactly, because I just think you paid him all this money to trade him for something, a day 2 pick. To me, is just like, is that really worth it, or do you take your chances with him and see how far he can take you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I'm looking at it. And then also, Trey Lance the pick, man. I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones. I know Mike's saying it's Mac. You know what I mean? Hey, if it is what it is. I don't think it's him though. I just think that at the end of the day, you can't trade all them picks for Mac Jones. I like a lot of what he has, and don't get me wrong. When we were sitting at 12, I was saying Trey Lance or Mac Jones. I thought Mac Jones would have been a perfect pick at 12. Just because, to me, he's a little better than Jimmy, but he's also got a lot of Jimmy in him though. So I don't know, and I think really there's things I like about him. There's things I don't, a lot of what I don't like, a lot of you guys already know. He's not really that athletic, but he's got good pocket presence, and ball placement skills are nice. But I think it's going to be Trey Lance in totality. And that's just my pick.
I think it's going to be Trey Lance. That's what I have right now. Now, again, that's today. That's not hours before the draft. That's when I lock in everything. There's probably going to be 3 moving parts in the top 10. I can tell you that right before draft day, because that's where I get my real hard inside information. With that being said, we're talking about the Niners at 3, because obviously that's going to set the domino effect of who the 4th quarterback is going to be off the board. Because ultimately, if it's not Mac Jones, which hypothetically, let's just say this, Mike Miller, let's say it's not Mac Jones, which obviously you think it is, but let's just hypothetically speaking, it's not Mac Jones. He could potentially slide outside the top 10. And the reason I say that is because what I'm hearing is the Denver Broncos and New England Patriots both have Trey Lance and Justin Fields higher for what their scheme is and what they like to do than having a guy like Mac Jones. Now, that's not saying like Mac Jones is not going to be a good quarterback in this league. It's not like saying he can't be a Pro Bowl quarterback in this league. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. And if Mac Jones is not the selection at 3, he's going to slide a little bit. And that should not be to anyone's surprise, because ultimately when I talk to people inside the NFL circles, the way it's stacked up is Trevor Lawrence is number 1. I don't know why. I think he's going to be a bust. But Trevor Lawrence is number 1. I have Zach Wilson number 2, right? That's what the consensus is, one of the people I'm talking to. And number 3, it's going to be Justin Fields. All right. Now, some teams are tailored on Justin Fields and Trey Lance, and ultimately seems to be the 5th option. For the system, those rankings change. For the 49ers system, what they like to do, Mike Miller points out a good point that Mac Jones is cerebrally smart. He's probably the smartest quarterback in this year's draft class, goes through his progressions, very smart at manipulating in the pocket. So he does really good things, and he's very accurate in all 3 levels. These are things that Kyle Shanahan looks for. So would it surprise me if Mac Jones is the pick at 3? No, because the national media and everyone and their mama, including Michael Miller, is saying Mac Jones at number 3. So I don't argue that. I'm not going to argue or dispute if he or isn't the pick. what I'm saying is, if I was the GM, I would just roll in a different direction. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I'm giving up that much draft capital to move up from 12 to 3, I don't want to draft the guy who I could have got at 8 or 9 and gave up less draft capital. Now, if from the GM, John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan's perspective, it doesn't matter what you give up, because if you end up that guy's being an all-pro player or a Hall of Fame quarterback next in line of the 49er greats, like following in Joe Montana or Steve Young's footsteps, then of course, then it was a steal, in my opinion. I mean, I would give up 8 first round like Joe Montana or Steve Young. But at the end of the day, we really just don't know, and that's why we're having this healthy discussion. So it's a really good debate, and again, we will just have to wait and see how everything plays out. But it's fun to discuss, and I'm glad we can have this platform to do it in a professional and a healthy discussion where, there's not too many people like bantering or trolling. I hate that. So you guys are really awesome at that. So thank you. What is your take on the 49ers on what they're going to do at 43? I want to talk about 43. What are they going to do on day 2? Let's talk about day 2, guys. Michael Miller, to start with you.
I like to be a corner and one of the Georgia corners. I'm happy with either one of them, Stokes or the other guy.
There's also been talk about Eric Stokes going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 24. Peter Schrager put that out. I don't think he's going to go in the first round. Do you?
Ooh, I think he's a mid-day 2 pick.
Yep.
But
I don't think proud to my man Peter Schrager. I mean, we follow each other on Twitter and stuff like that. Great guy.
Oh, he's one of my favorite guys.
I just don't think that at 24 you're going to select again, you have to know all 32 NFL teams. So they just released Steven Nelson for a reason. They just extended Cam Sutton, who played alongside Emmanuel Mosley at Tennessee, for a reason, because he's going to be given that starting boundary cornerback role. They also have already Joe Hayden. Now, he could be a cap casualty at some point, although I think they're going to hold on to him for one more year. So they're really set at cornerback, in my opinion. I think they're going to roll with those guys at the boundary cornerback position. I don't think they're going to want to have a guy in there in the first round at number 24 when you already have your 2 boundary cornerbacks set. Now, especially at 24, if Najee Harris is sitting there, why would you take a guy like Eric Stokes at 24 over a guy like Najee Harris? And okay, if not Najee Harris, my draft crush, because I'm being biased, so be it. Why not select an offensive lineman, like an offensive center like Creed Humphrey, who wouldn't be around in the tail end or the top end of the first round, or of the second round, excuse me. So that's why I feel like when you look at these mock drafts, it doesn't really make sense.
Their left tackle's not signed neither yet.
Who is?
Pittsburgh's left tackle is not signed yet, neither. He's still in free
Alejandro
agency.
Villanueva is not signed. That's correct. They did re-sign Zach Banner, though, so that was a good signing for them. And I do believe that Chukwuma Okorafor, the right tackle, is re-signed. So I think their tackle positions are set to be on. I think they're going to roll with those guys. You also have David DeCastro, and who I like. You guys want a name for an interior guard who's going to be a Pro Bowl player? Listen to this name, Kevin Dotson out of the Pittsburgh Steelers, a raging Cajun. He is going to be a Pro Bowl interior guard at the NFL level. He's now starting in place of Matt Filer, who left, I believe, to the Los Angeles Chargers. He was a tackle, then kicked into guard. Now Kevin Dotson gets his opportunity to shine, and I believe it was a 4th-round pick last year. So Kevin Dotson, look out for him. He's going to be a stud, along with Alex Highsmith, who's now replacing Bud Dupree, who's off with the Tennessee Titans. So a couple names to look for with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know a lot of Yingers fans are in here watching the BEASTwriter family. They wanted some Steelers analysis, so I just want to include that in there for all of you guys, just to cover my bases. So, yeah.
The 2 guys I was talking about is Tyson Campbell and Eric Stokes.
Okay.
One of the 2 of them.
Okay. What about you, Sanjo Sonny?
Yeah, I like everything you guys are saying. I like corners second round. I think a lot of it's gonna depend on, because I think players are dropping. There's some players that are dropping. I mean, I don't even think I've seen, like, on a couple of new mocks. I don't know if I've seen Gregory Rousseau in the first round, and a couple of ones I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I might have missed the name.
No, Gregory Rousseau is dropping. I'm hearing he's dropping for a lot of different reasons. Again, I said it since day one. If you follow my podcast since day one, I said this edge class is weak sauce. I put it on Twitter. People are like, what the heck are you talking about? People who don't know, whatever. They didn't know who I was. But now here we are just days before the draft, and it's weak sauce. There's no guarantee with this edge class. This edge class is weak sauce. I'm telling you. Yeah. And that's why in the NFL free agency, obviously edge rushers come at a premium, but that's why if you look historically what has happened, especially in COVID year, all these teams, the little money that they had, what did they target? Edge rushers. Now, edge rushers are at a premium position, and usually the edge rushers come off the board in free agency in the middle of the pack once free agency hits, because you want to see how the dominoes fall so you can kind of gauge and negotiate contracts. What happened was, one, these teams had little money to work with, and two, the edge class was weak. So you couldn't fill the need for an edge rusher in the draft, because ideally you're going to have to pay in free agency anyway. Might as well get what you pay for, or somewhat what you pay for, and a return on investment, rather than rolling the dice and investing and reaching for need, diminishing the value of the pick inside the draft.
Yeah.
The edge class is weak. I'm telling you right now, it's not, and that's, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm not wrong very often, but prove me wrong. And if I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong.
On the site I've got, the first one, which is Jalen Phillips, is ranked 17th.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Normally you have 3 or 4 of them in the top 10.
Top 10. Right.
Yeah.
So now the funny thing is watch all of these guys become all-pro players. Oh, that was great.
It's hit and miss.
They should have got him.
Yeah. I mean, it's hit and miss. You don't really know. Some players are sleepers. Sometimes people go in there and they just don't know. You know what I mean? I liked Patrick Jones the second too. I thought he was cool. This was like months ago though. I was like, yeah, I like Pitt from Pittsburgh, or whatever. Yeah, he's. I was like, yeah, Patrick Jones second. He looks nice, but yeah, you know, we ain't talking about him. Like, yeah, maybe he ain't.
Now they're talking about him being 7th round to undrafted.
Yeah,
Who?
Exactly. See what I mean?
Who?
Patrick Jones the second.
Oh yeah.
From Pitt.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about the? I don't want to change the subject too much. But what do you think about the Julio Jones? They're accepting call for Julio Jones. What do you think about that?
I think it's again, if you're looking at it from a GM's perspective, and what I'm hearing, it's a way to drive up smoke again, because what you want to do is you want to gain interest for the number 4 overall pick. So if there's a player and you're sitting there at number 4 and you have your top pass catcher on the board, because it could be Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, or Devontae Smith, and then you say, hey, Julio Jones is on the trading block. We can't trade him before June 1, but we can trade him after June 1 because of the dead money associated to his contract. If we're thinking about moving on from Julio Jones, obviously we're going to have to replace him with someone in the draft. And we have our pick your poison of the best top pass catcher in this year's draft class. If you want that guy, come up and get him. Let's make a trade, and we can get draft capital in return. And possibly we can move back a little bit and still get one of the top 3 pass catchers and get draft capital in return. You see how this works? You see how this comes out just days before the draft?
Yeah.
Okay. Because what you're doing is you're leveraging the 4th pick overall, because you know the first 3 picks off the board are going to be a quarterback. Now, whichever order they fly off the board, that's for anyone's guess. However, when you're sitting there at 4, from a GM's perspective, you want to take it into account and play the draft position how you see fit. That's why if I was the Falcons GM, Terry Fontenot, I would do the same exact thing. And I would even take a step further. I was like, I would ask some of the media guys, hey, can you ask me this question? Say, oh, you know, Calvin Ridley's coming up. Are you going to extend him on his 5th-year option? Oh, you know, of course we're going to extend him, but we're always doing our due diligence and finding someone that we can groom in case Calvin really gets injured, in case he goes down to injury. Because if we lose Julio Jones and he's on the trading block, and then Calvin really goes down to injury, we don't have anyone left on the roster. So we're always looking to improve a strength on the team and make it a better strength. Now, if we're going best player available, that's what we're going to do at number 4, because obviously everyone and their mama knows that the pass catchers in this draft is the cream of the crop. See how that works?
Yeah. Probably the best.
Chestnut checkers.
Yeah. But he's still got
setting up plays for, you know, the big boom, or whatever it is you do. You know what I mean? You know,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Free June 1st, Julio Jones has got $40.5 million.
Yep.
Dead cap. Post June 1st, he has $25.5 million in dead money.
Right.
So I don't see him trading him.
The cap savings are the difference is going to be picked up by the remaining team. So whoever picks them up is going to get them at a fraction of the cost. The Falcons will definitely eat up and absorb some of that cap hit for whatever that cap number is. It's going to be interesting. But Julio Jones, to me, if you're a contender, hey, You know, it'd be crazy, and I know they already got Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, and they got Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. What if the New England Patriots made a trade for Julio Jones?
Man,
Can you see it happening?
what do you think they'd have to give up to get that though?
I don't know.
I heard they're only asking for a second-round pick.
Yeah, if it's
I don't know if that's true or not.
If it was a second-round pick, I'd pull that trigger.
Oh yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. If it was just for a second rounder, hey, we need to make that move. If it's just for a second round pick, hey, 43, go ahead. I know we got other pieces we need, but we got 9 picks. We can trade up some of them picks. We got 9 picks. We can trade some of them picks. You know, it's gonna be interesting. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but again, the
Niners need a slot corner though.
Yeah, oh yeah,
not an outside guy.
I think
they do need a slot cornerback. Slot wide receiver, and they also need a slot cornerback because K1's on that 1-year deal. What do you guys think about Asante Samuel?
Yeah, I like him.
He's been on my mind.
I like him.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna bring in John Zach.
Be a great replacement.
Hey, we got 4 people on here now. Look at this. We got my man John Zach. How are you doing, John Zach? This is Mike Miller. Mike Miller, this is John Zach. Sanjo Sunny, this is John Zach. How are you guys doing?
What's up, fellas? Good.
How you doing?
I'm going to jump in at 43 since we're talking about it, right? How about Elijah Moore? The CB class is so deep.
Yeah.
I like Elijah Moore.
So deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Elijah Moore's my top slot wide receiver. In fact, I have him coming off in my mock draft list. Let me pull up my mock draft right now. Now, it's going to be changing again. It's nothing set in stone until hours leading up to the draft, but Elijah Moore can fall off in the tail end of the first round. In fact, I have Elijah Moore going to the New Orleans Saints at number 28 as we speak. So Elijah Moore would be kind of like a Brandon Cooks type of a deal. Now, he doesn't have the same skill set, but in terms of diminutive yet shifty lateral agility, that's what he brings to the table. He's very tough going across the middle. Now, again, dynamite comes in all sizes, shapes, and forms. That's what Jim Trembalke always said. He always told me because I was short. Always said I was vertically challenged, but in a joking way. Or not joking because it's true. I am vertically challenged, only 5'5". But he did say I was built like a freaking like a truck, and that's one thing that Elijah Moore. Right? Elijah Moore's built. That guy is just built. So he can take the hard hits going across the middle. He's fearless going across the middle. And I think in today's age, a lot of these wide receivers, not to say that they're soft, but they're kind of divas more so than ever because all these rules are favoring the offense to where if they get hit, they're going to want a flag. Elijah Moore gets back up, and he's only 5 foot. What is he, 5'9"?
5'10".
He's 5'9", 5'10", yeah.
The guy is short for NFL standards, and the guy's just a beast. So, yeah, what do you think of John Zach? You're the one that brought him up. What do you think about him?
I like him. He is contested catch. Like, he doesn't drop anything. You know, those tough passes in the middle, he just picks them out of the air, takes the hit, and he's kind of like a Debo and Ayuk mesh to me.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's a good route runner. I just think the CB class is so deep, we got to go a slot wide receiver to kind of replace Bourne because all the wide receivers we have aren't going to cut it, to be honest.
No, that's you know what? That's what I like about you because you keep it 100. Michael Miller keeps it 100. Sanjo Sunny keeps it 100. You can't expect the Niners to go 16-0. You can't expect if you're a Falcons fan for the Falcons to go 16-0. You can't, or 17-0, whatever the regular season game schedule is. You can't expect them to go undefeated every year. Now, faithful is being one thing, but being a realist is another. I always say that. And here in the BEASTwriter family, if you don't like what we have to say by staying 100, then go to 49ers.com where it's all fluff. Not throwing shade at 49ers.com. I mean, but hey, that's what you think 49ers.com is going to have this type of content on there? No. Why? Because it's not raising morale. It's not a feel-good story. It's not pumping up traffic. It's not saying, hey, the grass is always greener, guys, because it's not. The grass is not always greener. You have to take 2 and 2 and put it together in order for a really sound, good debate, or discussion, I should say, better use of the word, about what we're talking about. Because if you're just playing fool's gold in the game that the Niners, whoever they're going to pick at 3 and 43, are going to end up and they're going to have an A+ grade, and you're just looking for quotes and saying, oh yeah, John Lynch said this was a great draft class. They didn't expect these guys to be there. So obviously John Lynch must know. Well, he really doesn't know. His track record speaks for itself. He doesn't draft well at the top of the draft. So with that being said, I like how you keep it 100. All you guys. Now, we may disagree on things. That's fine, too. But how often do you see on these 49ers blogs or fan blogs or wherever, that everyone's just pumping in fluff? Come on, dude. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, I hate a strong word. I strongly dislike when people do that because at the end of the day, it's like there's no value to what you're saying. Like, John, if you said, man, the 49ers are going to go whoever that is. Let's say they go Kyle Pitts, right? And they're, oh, man, Kyle Pitts is a beast, man. I'm glad they got him. Then, yes. But if you said, oh, man, the Niners drafted we'll stick at number 3, Solomon Thomas. At the time when they selected Solomon Thomas, we were like, oh, my gosh, we got Solomon Thomas. Woo! Yeah, that's a home run.
To piggyback off that Solomon Thomas pick, I'm going to kind of go full circle here. We can't miss on a quarterback again. We picked Thomas. We missed out on Mahomes. We missed out on Watson. It can't be Mac Jones. And one thing about the Niners is they don't leak anything. And right now, everything that's out there is Mac Jones and Trey Lance. And I told you last time it's going to be Fields, and I still feel that way. And I kind of feel like Fields is getting a lot of hate. He was the second-rated quarterback all year. Coming out of high school, he was the second-rated quarterback all year. Wilson has a good year. Last year, Wilson was like 11 touchdown, 9 picks. So I don't see him as a number 2 quarterback in this. I still think it's Fields.
Yeah. That's how I said. My 3 bold predictions, right when the whole Mac Jones thing came out, I said it was going to be Justin Fields was going to be drafted by the Niners. I then said that what else did I say? Oh, I said Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded on draft day or before draft day, either or, back to New England Patriots. And then I also said Fred Warner is going to get extended at some point in time. So where all those things take place, I don't know. But what I will say this is it's a good discussion to have because at the end of the day, we just have to wait till the draft unfolds. No one really knows, dude. No one really knows.
Okay, so we're all going quarterback at 3, right? So what if we do trade Jimmy and for a second rounder, who's going to be our 2 second rounds picks? We could get a cornerback and a receiver.
Or what I'm hearing is they can actually trade up back in the tail end of the first round and get a running back like Najee Harris.
I like Najee Harris. I know that's your crush.
Javonte Williams is also my crush. So he could be a pick at 43.
How about Michael Carter? If you watch and see, Michael Carter plays all their read option stuff, the stuff that Shanahan runs. We could probably get him in the 3rd round.
Yes, exactly. So my top 5, it goes Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, Trey Sermon.
And out of those 5, Carter's the best fit for the Niners, I think.
Yes. And I said this on an earlier podcast that Michael Carter is a better fit than Javonte Williams for what they like to do. Javonte Williams and Najee Harris are more based for a power run-based run scheme. Travis Etienne and Michael Carter are more tailored to a ZBS scheme. Correct.
And we need a pass catching back. I mean, we lost Jet.
Najee Harris, the best pass catching back there is in the league coming out. He got 60-some catches last year, 63, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Our running backs are set. I feel like if we get 2 picks, we need to fill 2 positions, which is going to be CB safety and wide receiver.
Yeah. Cornerback is definitely one. Although if they're in a win now mode and a win now this year mode, it's hard to go and select a cornerback that high because they're going to be sitting. I mean, Emmanuel Mosley is going to be starting on one end, and then Jason Verrett is going to be starting on the other, and K'Wan Williams is not going to be playing the slot. So then, what does that leave that cornerback, especially in the win now mode? Now, maybe for 2-3 years, then for depth, I see it. But is it worth, from the valuation process, when you're looking at the draft board, to select a cornerback at 43 when you know that guy's going to be sitting? Or would you rather have and fill that need with something like a running back? Because again, if I'm looking at it in the win now mode, because every franchise is in a different state of where they're at in reaching that end goal, the Niners are in the win now mode. Okay, they're in a very favorable position to win now. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is, they're in the win now mode. They have to be honest with you, I don't think anyone would be surprised if they went 11-5 or 12-4, right? Realistically, the roster is set up to do that.
Here's the thing. In 2019, when we had that run, we were the 6th most injured team. And what did we have that saved our butt that year? We had depth. We had depth. And we had depth. We don't have depth at the cornerback position. If Mosley or Verrett goes down, who's going to come in? You want another Brian Allen back there getting toasted?
No.
So I don't see it. I don't see it as he has to start. Let him sit. We got a lot of 1-year deals. Someone's going to get hurt. Verrett's injury prone. Mosley gets banged up. K1 gets banged up.
Same thing was set up at the running back position. They haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Frank Gore left in 2014. Take it a step further, peel back another layer to get to the core. Raheem Mostert can't stay healthy for a full 16-game schedule. Either can Jeff Wilson. So if you're looking at it from both standpoints and you're taking 2 and 2 together and you look at the valuation process at pick number 43, I can rest assured and tell you that it's better to have a running back who you can work with and live with. And I talked about this with another 49ers player, Dylan Farrell, about the stability of having a stable running back behind center, because if you don't have that continuity with that running back, you're going to leverage your splits different pre-snap. You're always playing this guessing game on whether this running back can hit that hole or hit that see the vision to hit the cutback lane. So again, it comes back to depth, like you said. But if I was to value depth, I would say that running back is definitely more favorable than the cornerback position. And again, if you're looking at depth and making a deep playoff run, let's face it, if you're looking to make a Super Bowl window today and being in the Super Bowl at the end of the year when it's all said and done, odds are your team has to sustain health for a full 16-game schedule. How many players went down in 2019, key players that went down in 2019 that actually had a significant impact with little to no drop-off, and who actually stepped up in their place? You can take a look at and say Ronald Blair, right? He was one, right? Got hurt in that Seattle Seahawks game towards ACL, blowing off. I think it was on in the backfield on the tackle. So he was a nice death piece, but then again, it was the defense that held up that whole team together. It was a defense backed up by a strong running game. It wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo. So you can prove, and it's been proven in Kyle Shanahan's system that all you really need is a strong defense backed up by a strong running game to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But only having 2 cornerbacks, we don't have a strong defense. We got 4 running backs.
I've got a solution.
We got
with
Wilson, we got Hasty, and we got Gallman.
Right.
I mean,
that's
who's
why
our third cornerback right now? Deontay Johnson?
Yeah, Dante Johnson. Here's the thing. Teams are built from the inside out, not the outside in. So a strong strong edge rushing presence creates havoc on the back end. Everything starts up front, gains on one down the trenches. Any NFL scout will tell you this. Okay, so with that being said, with Nick Bosa back, and then you have Eric Armstead, hopefully he can revive his career and be Dana Stillfield 2.0. And then you have Javon Kinlaw, who's another year under his belt. And then you bring in Samson Ebukam, right? Those guys are going to be the one. Hopefully, we don't know what's going on with D Ford. Let's call him.
Say hopefully D Ford.
Yeah. Let's say he comes back. Hopefully, the X factor, right? If those guys can get to the cornerbacks, doesn't matter who's that cornerback, because at the end of the day, those quarterbacks can hold up for at least 2-3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Destruction at the line. They turn the line apart.
Yeah, if
you were also forgetting Jason Verrett. That's your third corner.
That's our first corner. And
I know he's the first corner, but y'all didn't mention Jason Verrett as one of the top 3.
The thing is, I see there's a lot of
Verrett, Mosley, and K1.
I can see us drafting a Sean Wade in the 3rd round, or someone in the 4th round. We can get to me, that's just my opinion. I feel like there's more corners in the draft than anything. This draft to me is loaded with corners. I think you get a Sean Wade in like the 3rd round. I mean, I thought he's pretty decent. You know what I mean? He's got potential.
Benjamin St. Just in like the 5th round. The dude is big, tall. He'd be a good one to have.
Yeah.
How about this? Trade Jimmy G back to New England for J.C. Jackson. Their star corner. There was rumors going around last week that they were looking to trade him, because New England, they get rid of him before they have to sign him to a huge contract. He's due for a contract next year. J.C. Jackson had 9 interceptions this year, 5 last year, 4 the first year.
Last year too, ain't it?
Huh?
Isn't this he's
in a contract for $3 million and something this year, and then he's got to be signed. Well, the Niners get rid of Jimmy G, they can sign J.C. Jackson, have a top corner in the league.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't trade for him. If he's going to be a free agent next year, then why not just get him a free agency next year?
Well,
I mean, I
let's
wouldn't trade
see.
Jimmy.
You going to battle against 25 teams for him?
I mean, ultimately, I think it depends on the player where he wants to go. I mean, a lot of players are going to want to come to the Niners just because of what it is we're doing. I think we're a team that's going to stay in contention depending on who we draft in the quarterback and in the quarterback position. So I would think that they're going to look, okay, do I really want to go to Cleveland? I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Do I really want to go somewhere else where, teams ain't really doing much, you know what I mean? Or teams are rebuilding, are they really going to want to go there? Because this is going to be a second contract. So, I mean,
don't sleep on the Browns now. Don't sleep on the Browns now.
I'm not necessarily sleeping on the Browns, but I'm sleeping on Baker Mayfield. I might take a long nap on him. I don't think he's ultimately the one that's gonna take them over the hump. You know what I mean? I think it's more like with him, it's kind of like the Jimmy G syndrome with him too, because I feel like he's really riding the wave with them. I don't think he's the answer there. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, you get a corner for Jimmy G. That's an all-pro corner. You do it.
Yeah, but if you do it for 1 year and he leaves. And he decides
you don't do
sign with us.
No, you make the trade now before the draft and extend him. Yes.
All right, we have Grand Riser in the house. Grant, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just relaxing, just taking it easy. Not putting too much stock into all the media and all the smoke screens, man. I still think it's Trey Lance. Like you, I don't kind of just putting my blinders on, just not taking what everyone's saying. I'm looking at the actions. And actually, Trey Lance was on a podcast today talking about how he went more in depth when he worked with John Beck. And he was working with all these quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Carson Wentz, for weeks. And they also were studying film together. And I'm pretty sure Justin Fields was there. And John Beck's Kyle Shanahan's guy. So he's going to tell him everything. And they got they were throwing with other top tier quarterbacks. So I think Trey Lance is a guy, man. That's, I'm not putting all the stock into Mac Jones and whatnot. Just because that's what the media believes. And another hot take I got, I think we're going to trade Raheem Mostert and move up to take a running back, probably Najee Harris.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't think we can hear you, Beast. Ryan, I don't think we can hear you.
Ryan, you're muted or something.
We'll probably package Raheem Mostert. Yeah. You guys like that? Last year,
I like that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like
people
Mostert.
saw that.
I think Mostert is good.
Am I better?
They might try. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What happened? It just
You got a huge echo, though.
Oh, I do?
And because with Mostert, he kind of, how he was complaining last year.
Is it better now?
Yeah, you're perfect
lagging.
now.
Is it better now?
You're lagging, but
you're good.
We can hear you perfect now.
Yeah.
Maybe too many people in here. I'll bounce out.
I'll run.
Okay.
I gotta do something. I gotta take care of something. I appreciate you guys having me.
All right. See you guys later.
You guys stay up, man.
Later, man.
All right. Later.
Peace.
What's up?
What's up, brother?
What's going on? How you guys doing? I think I kicked out.
Good, man.
Here we go. Okay. Is this better?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah. We're good.
4's the limit, Ryan. We go to 5, you start getting echoey and choppy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That was my first time doing that. So, okay. Cool.
Lesson
All right.
learned, brother. Lesson learned.
What's going on? Yeah. So what's going on? What's going on with all what else you had to say? So you said Trey Lance, running back.
It's still Trey Lance. I heard him talk on a podcast today. You guys should go check it out. I think it's like the Gold Rush podcast or something, and he went more in depth of like what he did with John Beck and how he was studying film and picking other QBs, other like really good QBs like Josh Allen. I still consider Carson Wentz a good talent. There are other good QBs out there. I can't remember all their names, but I think John Beck really got to compare and contrast, like, compare him to these other great quarterbacks and other great talents. I don't think Mac Jones was there, but I just don't think it's Mac Jones. And just looking at why, like you said, it doesn't make any sense. Why would they have to trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones?
It doesn't make sense. And if it is Mac Jones, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm gonna leave and join back.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you good, brother.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you bring up great points, John. I like you, man. You bring up really good, strong points. You know football inside and out. I love having you on the show, dude. You're
Appreciate
awesome.
it, man.
You should come on every live stream, actually.
I'll try, man. I usually try to take my breaks when your lives go on. I try to jump on.
Oh, that's what's up. Anything else you want to put out before we head out, bro?
I still think it's Fields.
Okay.
And like I said, they hide all their information. They're not saying anything about Fields right now. It's real quiet. It's all Lance and Mac. As long as it's not Mac Jones, if it's Fields or Lance, I'm happy. If the Jets go crazy and grab Fields, dude, I'll be happy with Wilson or Lance. Mac Jones doesn't have the wow factor for me, and we don't trade those picks up for a young Jimmy G, in my opinion.
Correct.
With a bigger brain and.
Yeah. You hit it on the nail, man. Well, thank you so much. And mahalo for tuning in, man. Appreciate you as always,
brother.
Man. All right, man. Have a good one. All right. So that will conclude this live stream on Taco Tuesdays. Again, if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and do that, because if you don't, you won't be entered for our BEASTwriter family giveaways, as you see here. We run a lot of cool giveaways here in the BEASTwriter family, and it's all in good fun. And that's what I like to do here in the BEASTwriter family. So that's what we do. And again, we are giving away this 49ers flag. If you guys can see it right here, mint condition, obviously. You can bring it to the games at the tailgates. You can hang it up on your wall. It'd be good for the man cave or the woman cave, I guess you would say, or in your bedroom or wherever the case may be. This is a really cool, nice gift that I am giving away for all you 49ers fans. And obviously we have fans other than the San Francisco 49er fan base. We have all 32 fan bases, which is why the BEASTwriter family logo is right here. And if you win and you win something, just go ahead and over to the team store and pick up a value of $25. I'll go ahead and get that shipped out to you as well. Obviously, if we hit 2,700 subscribers, our milestone giveaway, we are giving away this 49ers plus blanket. Again, you see it right here. This is custom embroidered, actually. Right here. This is all embroidered on here. You guys can see that. And it's still in its sealed package given to me by the San Francisco 49ers. So, again, comes with the NFL licensing logo, as you see here. So, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to your boy in the lower right-hand corner screen of your as you stay up to date on all things BC in real time. You can also go to youtube.com right here /BEASTwriter. We're going to have Grand Riser in right before we head out. Grand Riser.
What's going on?
Better,
I'm back.
dude.
We should be good now.
Okay, good. What's going on, my man?
I'm doing good.
So you said it's going to be Trey Lance. There's also some people who are saying it's going to be Justin Fields, because no one's talking about Justin Fields. Obviously, that's who I initially had. I have now switched it over to Trey Lance. It's going to be either one of those guys. It's not going to be Mac Jones. That's why I think.
I agree 100%. And Justin Fields was out there working with Trey Lance and John Beck.
Yeah.
I think like you said, I think it just doesn't make any sense to move from 12 to 3 if Mac Jones is your guy, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. And the media has been pushing that narrative of Mac Jones, and I think it's a smokescreen, man, like you were saying. And then I have another bold prediction that I was talking about. The 49ers are going to trade Raheem Mostert and probably package a pick with him to move up in the first round to take their running back, Najee Harris.
Okay, I like it.
Because, all right, so with Najee Harris, he's a top 10 player on my big board. I know you love Najee Harris.
Yeah.
I have him. He's probably one of the best running backs coming out, like, in a long time, in my own opinion. I'd take him over Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, I would too. And
so, like, he can do everything. Like you said, he can catch the ball at the backfield. He runs great routes. He has great hands. He has great patience. He has great footwork. He's so strong. Man, he could do everything. So
he could.
Like I said, I look at it as a huge upgrade over Raheem Mostert. No hate on. I like Mostert. It's just he has problems with staying healthy. Exactly, staying healthy. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
He is super fast, but Najee Harris just does way more.
Najee Harris is different, bro. Like,
exactly.
I don't care how fast a running back is. You can run a 4.6, 4.65, and I would still draft you in the first round if you have the talent. Because again, how often do running backs run in a straight line, right, from point A to point B in a 75, 80-yard sprint? Not very often. It takes chunks of yardage, and again, if you're in a power-based system or a zone blocking system where you're trying to eat up clock time with your quarterback, saving your quarterback's arm and saving him, and it all starts with the ground game, odds are you want to chew up time of possession anyway. So it doesn't matter if he can be a home run threat every time he touches the ball, because you want to eat up clock time, keep the defense, give them fresh legs, so when they go on the field, you're keeping opposing offenses off the field, winning the TOP, and then you're just grinding it out for all 4 quarters. At the end of the day, that team's going to be worn down. Right?
And he's a Bay Area kid, man.
Hey, man, I told you. Telling you.
Get him back to the Bay, man. You know?
Telling you.
Like I said, I grew up in Antioch. So, like, you know, I know him. Like, you know, I've seen him. He was huge in high school. He was bigger than everybody. Yeah. He was like, I seen him take a picture with Todd Gurley, and this is when he was like a junior or senior in high school. And he was bigger than Todd Gurley. Like, it's crazy. And like he can do, he's a workout warrior. He's been like that since high school. He went to Mahalo Fitness. I don't know if you I know a lot of people who went there. A lot of my friends went there and whatnot, but man, he's the real deal, man. I like you said, he's a generational talent.
He is.
I really think that. So I'm super excited.
Here's the thing. Let's just say hypothetically. Okay. Here's a bold prediction it's not a bold prediction. Here's a scenario. I should say a bold scenario, not a prediction. Bold scenario. If Mac Jones is the pick at 3 and the Niners fans are going to be like calling for John Lynch's and Kyle Shanahan's head. Yeah. And then they do what you just said, trade back up in the tail in the first and get Najee Harris. And now you get 2 Bama products. Would you see in the first round, would you view this as a win in the first round on day 1 for the 49ers or a loss?
I would, just because they got Najee Harris. If they don't get Najee Harris,
I knew you were going to say that, bro.
No. If they get Najee Harris, I'm much happier. I'd still be a bit disappointed, but much happier, you know, instead of just having Mac Jones. But
because I put this on my live stream, I said if Mac Jones is the pick, don't be surprised if they try to leverage the morale of the fan base by selecting Najee Harris in the tail end of the first round by jumping back in. Because again, we've seen it happen in 2017. We've seen it happen, later, like in 2017 with Solomon Thomas and then Reuben Foster, and then they do it again in 2019, right? With Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Ayuk. So could lightning strike again? I mean, that happened in 2020. Excuse me. So could it happen again this year? It definitely can.
And right? Because you want to leverage the trade on day 1. Najee shouldn't fall, but you never know. He might fall to the tail end of the first round because you know how people look at running backs.
He could.
And some people have Javonte Williams over him. Some people have
Najee Harris is the best running back in this year's draft class.
No, for sure.
I mean, people who know football and know that. And people who don't know football, they just go off he didn't have a good workout because he didn't work out, or he didn't do this, or he didn't do that, or he has too much tread on his tires. Like, dude, go do the math. Like, how many running backs became Hall of Famers had tread on their tires? Odds are they had tread on their tires.
Yeah.
Now, I already debunked this on previous Najee Harris podcast. You can go ahead and watch that. Just type in BEASTwriter, Najee Harris on the YouTube search engine, and you'll be able to see whatever I had to say about that. But Najee Harris is a top 10 player. In fact, he's in my top 5 on that big board. He's a top
For
5 on
sure,
my
he
big
could
board.
be in the top 5, top 3. He might,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
seriously, he's that great. Like, he's undervalued because he was surrounded by so much talent at Alabama.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Right. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love, man. You
sure.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you want to finish up? Finish up.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, who do you want them to target in the 2nd and 3rd round? On day 2.
Well, if they don't, at number 43, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would like Asante Samuel, to be honest with you, or a running back like Javonte Williams or Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's on day 2.
Oh, I love Asante Samuel.
Yeah, day 3, I mean, you're going to need a wide receiver, but then obviously it comes down to offensive line depth. I think they still need depth along the offensive line. Now they got Alex Mack. That's a cool story, bro. They just picked up right tackle Mike McGlinchey's contract. Cool story, bro. But they're going to need some more depth along the offensive line, in my opinion. I know this sounds go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say someone who I would like is Trey Smith from Tennessee.
Okay.
Because he could play guard and tackle. He's versatile.
Right.
And the tape that I've watched of him, I just like his tape. You know, I think he'll be a perennial Pro Bowl player. I'll put it down there right now. I'll just throw that out there. I like
Quincy Roche at University of Miami. I think he'd be a day 2, day 3 still. Quincy Roche
I like
at
him
Miami.
too. Yeah, you put me onto him. I like him too.
He's a beast. I don't know if he's going to be a Pro Bowl player, but he'd be a nice steal and nice value pick, I'd say, on day 2.
Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a beast. I watch a lot of college football, so I saw him go up against T. Higgins, and he played well against T. Higgins. He gave up a couple catches.
He got beat a couple times.
He did, but he also had a couple PBUs against him. I'm pretty sure.
He did. He had at least 2. I remember that game. Especially playing the slot, lined up in the slot. That's where he really shined. Because when he got away from the play, that's when T. Higgins used his size and out-muscled him and used his frame. When he got closer in line to the ball, that's when he really broke on the ball, and that's where you saw the PB. That's where he thrives.
Yeah.
So
he's a perfect.
All right, we'll take this.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, well, thank you so much, Grand Riser. I appreciate it, man. You better be back on more often, bro. Every live stream.
My bad. I get a little busy sometimes with work and whatnot.
I have a life. All right, my man. Kick it easy. Mahalo.
All right, mahalo. Much love.
All right, that was Grand Riser. We have now Waruna Pereira in here. Waruna, how are you doing, my man? From Elk Grove.
Yes, I'm doing good. You remember that.
Yes. All right. I remember all of my BEASTwriter family. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Been busy with the work, but I just took a kind of a 15 minutes break to talk to you.
Oh, what's up? What's on your mind?
Actually, I like the idea that they are going to trade Jimmy away.
You like it? Okay.
Yeah. The reason is this, not from the 49ers perspective, but from the Jimmy's perspective, I really didn't like the way that Kyle treated Jimmy after they announced, from the day that announced the number 3 overall pick, the trade, because he was just saying Jimmy will be mad, he will play better, but we all know that you don't draft a quarterback with 3 first-round picks and 1 third round just to make your starting quarterback mad.
Right.
That is just insulting. You don't have to do that. Because when last year Packers drafted Jordan Love, they said this is our future plan. This is not nothing against Aaron Rodgers. This is the same situation that Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were in. Right. So you have to be honest on that. Yes, you don't have to tell the truth, but there is a certain way as grown-up adults that you communicate things.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like the way they've been treating Jimmy is kind of like damaged goods, and I always say that because it is. It's like if I was Jimmy Garoppolo and I was hearing this press conference live, and you say, if your coach is telling you, I'm not sure if Jimmy's going to be on the roster because I don't know if everyone has a pulse on Sunday. well, then why are we even talking about the hypotheticals in the first place? Like, why are we even talking about the draft? Why are we talking about the quarterbacks are going to be taken? Because obviously we don't know if they're going to be in a car accident tonight.
Yes.
And be dead tomorrow.
Yes.
So stop with the BS, Kyle Shanahan. You're just throwing smoke and BS, and you're playing a stupid game with everyone. And I'm not afraid to call it out. It is stupid.
Yes.
Stupid.
It is.
It's stupid. It's really childish.
Yes.
I think it's a sign of well, I don't want to say immature because he's obviously very mature for his age, but he's very arrogant.
Yes, exactly.
Arrogant. And the way he comes across, and hey, that sometimes hurts the team on the field, like chasing points when there's no need to chase points.
Yes.
You know, why would you do that? Like, see, it comes down to arrogance, and his arrogance sometimes gets in the way of his success.
Yes.
His arrogance gets in the way of how people perceive him. His arrogance gets in the way of ultimately having the tunnel vision of his year-end goal, which is ultimately winning the Super Bowl. So when you say these things, you cannot say you didn't say them. It's all over. So it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So you can't say you didn't say it. You can't go back and apologize for it. It's done.
Yeah.
You know what you were saying going into it. Even though you may be tired of fielding these questions, that's your job. You get paid millions of dollars. That comes with the territory of being the head coach at the San Francisco 49ers. That's the expectation. You should know this because your dad was a head coach in the NFL for the long time with the Denver Broncos. And before that, he was with the 49ers the last time they won the Super Bowl in 1994. So that you know the expectation. You were around Levi Stadium. You were around Candlestick. So you know what was going on. So for you to come out and say, well, I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be on the roster because was he going to have a pulse on Sunday? It's like, well, then why are we even holding this stupid press conference? Because you can freaking have a heart attack right now by me just asking that simple question about Jimmy Garoppolo. Idiot. I'm serious.
Exactly. I tweeted something like this. Okay, if Kyle is not sure that anyone is going to be alive by Sunday, why he is going to draft a guy? Because how can you make sure that guy you are drafting will be alive by Sunday?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's stupid. Stupid is a better lack of the word because it's really arrogant of him to give that stupid answer. And it's really dumb. And I'm not afraid to call it out. We're BEASTwriter calling it. Yeah. It's stupid, bro.
Yes.
If you were to sit at the dinner table, okay, if me and you were having dinner, if you invited me over to your house, you said, hey, Ryan, what are the Niners going to do with the number 3 overall pick? Well, I'll be like, oh, what kind of question is that? I don't know if that number 3 pick is going to have a pulse on Sunday. So why you even ask me that question? How dare you ask me that question? Yeah. You're going to look at me and be like, dude, what a douchebag.
Yeah. Exactly.
What a loser. Like what a, a-hole. Yeah. I'm serious. Exactly. You would say that. Yeah. And that would be very embarrassing because here you are at the family at your house and then I give that kind of response.
Yes. Yes. I
who
get
am
the same
I?
feeling.
Yeah, it's just like
yeah, that's why I'm
Bill Walsh would never say that. Bill Walsh would never get that type of response.
And think about this. Andy Reid. When Andy Reid drafted Mahomes, there's this Graham Bensinger interview with Alex Smith. Graham Bensinger asked, okay, from Alex Smith first, okay, do you like what Chiefs did? Alex Smith said, no, I wish if the organization went other way, but I do understand. And Andy Reid said, in Patrick Mahomes, I saw a player that a very good talent that we cannot pass up. So that's why we made the decision. Even though we have Alex Smith, I made that decision because I thought there is this probably a generational talent. And it made the opportunity to Alex Smith to open up as well. So Alex Smith could also speak up about the situation, and Andy Reid was very honest.
Right.
I mean, that's a good coach on the field and off the field.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Rowena Pereira, for hopping on the live stream. I appreciate it. And mahalo for the love, man. I always look forward to talking to you. And I encourage you to hop on every live stream. So anytime we're on, just hop in, bro. Hop on.
Okay.
All right. Mahalo and thank you for the love, my man. And have a good, happy Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that'll be it for this podcast. Again, if you liked what we had to offer, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Also, be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when we go live or when we upload content. All right, we are running cool giveaways for all you guys. You guys know how we do every 2:30 p.m. on our live stream, or every Friday on our live stream in general. We run weekly giveaways for all who do. So be sure to subscribe and go ahead and engage with me on this social media platform where social media engagement is encouraged, home of the good vibes only. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I hope you liked this Happy Taco Tuesday live stream as we bring it to you here live in the BEASTwriter family. Take care for now. That's it for now. I am out. BEASTwriter out.